Good Thursday morning, everybody. John and Lance, along with Abigail here this morning. Dell's still lazy. Here for the next 3 hours on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. And I know Jordan hit 3 homers, but he's the interview after the game by Julia and not Arrighetti. I mean,
well, yeah,
Arrighetti was the star of the game.
No, he's not. Jordan hit 3 home runs.
You took a no-hitter into the 8th.
Arrighetti
in a 10-0 game.
Arrighetti was great.
Okay.
Arrighetti would be the star of the game any other time.
Player of the game.
3 home runs.
Abigail, you be the arbiter of this.
No, she's
Abigail,
not.
Is it Arrighetti with taking the no-hitter? Was that the big story, or 3 home runs?
I mean, I think they're both pretty big, but honestly, I think Arrighetti was.
Thank you. Good night.
I'm
Abigail
sorry,
knows sports. Apparently you don't.
You're supposed to say she knows ball.
She knows. Not supposed to say that.
Yes, you are.
Sports.
That's the thing.
Oh, you know ball?
She knows ball.
That's
yeah.
it? Oh.
Anytime somebody knows anything now, if you agree with them, they know ball.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't even have to be about
ball.
slang term, I guess.
Yeah, you know ball. He knows ball.
You know ball.
She knows ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I think
she's Brad.
3 home runs since. Don't bring Brad. Oh, my daughter Maddie we had a good argument about Brad.
Oh yeah, was she?
Because I started messing with her because she didn't. You don't know it. You don't know Brad, do you?
You don't even know.
I'm bringing
Brad.
it to the table. Mr. Granado even said Brad. Mr. Granado says a lot of things that he shouldn't say.
He does do that.
Yeah,
he does do that. He does.
I mean, 3 home runs. He's done it 3 times in his career time. Bagwell.
And how many times has Arrighetti got to the 8th with a no-hitter?
None.
And if not for them, listen, were you not pissed? They're throwing at Jordan, he homers, then they hit Bregman in the head the next pitch?
I know.
And if Bregman is still in there, he's got the no-hitter. Whitcomb comes in, doesn't play that ball.
I didn't think about that.
He doesn't play that ball.
Because that's a Bregman play.
It absolutely is a Bregman play.
We got to start having a talk about Arrighetti. I mean,
he's a month now.
Arrighetti is what do you do in the playoffs now?
I don't know. If the playoffs started today, I don't know how you can't start him. Look at his
who are you taking
this month, 32 and a third, 19 hits, 7 earned runs. He's got a 1.95. He's struck out. He's leading the league this month in strikeouts. 47 strikeouts and 10 walks. I mean, he's fantastic.
So Kikuchi's out now?
Verlander's out.
No, Verlander's not out of the playoffs.
Okay, if it's a meritocracy,
it's not.
Arrighetti's in.
It's not. Justin Verlander's not out of the playoff rotation.
Beat it.
Oh, my God. You would be beheaded. And your corpse would be thrown about the street and burned. You'd be burned alive. What are you talking about?
Who's throwing better?
It doesn't matter. Verlander's not out of the playoffs. Realistically, who's out of the playoff rotation?
Well, if he keeps on giving up 5 spots, he is.
No, he's not. He's never out of the playoff rotation. This is Justin Verlander. You know that. Who is
Lance
out?
Cully. You want to win or don't you?
Him or Kikuchi? Which one's out? Because Arrighetti, actually, I think he might be more valuable, honestly, in the bullpen. If he can crank it up to get strikeouts like he does out of the bullpen would be huge. Can you imagine him coming in for 2 innings?
Yeah.
And, locking down 2 innings? My God. I'd rather have him than Presley or Abreu right now.
Absolutely. No, he's thrown better. He's thrown as well as anybody.
Can you be a setup man starting in the 7th inning and set it up, go 7-8 for Hader, and maybe even just 7-8-9?
7-8-9. Just keep.
Now that I think about it,
just keep him in there. His last 2 outings, shutouts. He has thrown 14 in a third. His last 14 in a third innings, just 5 hits, 17 strikeouts, and 5 walks.
I mean, these are, and he got Phillies and Orioles?
He got Phillies and Orioles. I mean, the 2 of the toughest lineups in baseball.
They're not slappy lineups.
No, they're 2 of the best in baseball.
So, I mean, and then he had a little bit of a stinker before that.
Well, it's the White Sox.
Yeah, he had the stinker against the White Sox and the 2 great ones before that. So 4 of his last 5 have been dominant.
And that was Boston and Tampa.
They've been, dominant performances in 4 of his last 5.
Yeah. And he held his own against the Dodgers. 6 innings, just 3 earned runs. He gave up a couple bombs, but 8 strikeouts and 2 walks against the Dodgers. So that was pretty good, too. So he has been great. He's been great. Yeah, Jordan, listen, it was a 10-0 game. homers. Hey, it's great. It's great. Eric Getty's the story. What do you do with this guy? What do you do with Eric Getty? 713-780-3776 at John Granato at Lance Erline. Abigail, what's your? Do you want people to know your Twitter handle or anything? I don't know. It's a great idea.
Wait, what'd you say?
What do you want people to know your Twitter handle
or Insta?
I mean, my Insta is Abigail Elise. I have
Abigail
9 followers on Twitter because
Elise?
I'm never on it.
You said Abigail Elise?
Yeah.
What is that? Elise? That's your middle
That's
name?
my middle name.
Elise?
ELYSSE.
ELYSSE. I don't know if you want people on your Insta.
We just
Especially
we're just trying to
the people that
we're just trying to big brother you here.
Yeah.
We just want to make sure that you keep the creeps away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
or
but,
John
this
being
has
a
been
dad.
she's had a camera posted up on her.
I know, but wait, have you even looked at the comments? I haven't. I'm sure that
there's nothing anymore.
yesterday they had
They're
some
like, good,
comments
Dell's not
about
here.
her outfit.
What
She
fit?
wear?
Your
Long
fit was,
sleeves?
I don't know, your fit, you had some off the shoulder.
It was too much.
Yeah.
It was too
What?
much.
Right.
I don't know.
What did she wear?
Yeah, she wore, I don't know, she wore some shorts and she had some, they had comments, that's all.
She wore clothes.
She wore clothes, right.
Sorry,
right.
guys.
Today you got a Coors sweater on. That's nice. I love that.
Representing you, John.
That's right.
Banquet of beers?
Banquet. That's the banquet. But that's fine. As long as it says Coors on it. Atta girl, Abigail. Abigail gets she gets the show, Lance. That's what we say that too.
That's right.
We say that too.
That's right.
She knows ball and she gets the show. Those two things.
Lance, I had the Kikuchi song ready all week because since Dell wouldn't play it, but
Okay,
Kikuchi
can we do
hasn't
it?
been. Yeah.
Here.
All right.
Okay. Eric
So
Getty
let me ask you a question again. Boy, Spencer Eric Getty's been really.
Wait a minute. She needs to have dun, 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 when you talk about Eric Getty.
Yeah, no, but it'll take some time to
Dun,
put
dun,
that.
dun, 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 dun,
We don't have that.
Italian.
She's got something that.
And then the Kikuchi.
She's got somebody kind of tightened it up and made it more Kikuchi.
Okay.
So you got Spencer Eric Getty, or maybe we go with Kikuchi.
Pop Kikuchi.
Pop Kikuchi, baby.
Okay. Pop Kikuchi, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So
Thank you, Abigail. She knows ball.
You're welcome. I was listening.
She knows ball.
She knows ball. Atta girl, Abigail. Atta girl. Dell wouldn't do it.
No.
Yeah, he's terrible. He's a terrible producer.
If it's not his idea, he thinks.
Is he coming back? Is he really coming back?
We
don't know. We don't know.
Florida can keep him.
So we got that. We've got the Astros with a 10-0 win. They get off the road trip at 3-4. Look, I'm telling you, I know Kansas City is hot right now. I know they destroyed us when we were there. I like us this week against Kansas City. Here's the matchups. Hunter Brown against Singer.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you like?
Hunter Brown.
Fromber against Lugo.
Yeah, we're gonna be pick'ems to favorites in every matchup.
Kikuch.
Well,
Kikuch.
You can't just throw that on all of a sudden and expect her to just have a hot button of Kikuchi.
Yeah, she's got to have a hot.
Yeah.
She needs a hot button. That's what you need.
Dell just delete it.
Kikuchi against Reagans, and then Blanco against. We don't even know. They don't even have a starter out yet. I mean, I think we take at least 3 out of 4 in this series.
I heard 2 for sure.
What? Hunter?
Your first 2?
Hunter Brown and Fromber.
I shouldn't say for sure.
What about Kikuch?
That's not for sure.
You're off Kikuch now?
No.
You're off the Kikuch train.
No, but are we hitting?
Yeah, we're hitting.
Are we? I mean, are we the 18-hit 10-run Astros? Or are we 2-run Astros?
Well,
Are we shutout Astros?
Well, that's what we do.
Yeah,
that's what we do. Either
I
score
don't.
10 or,
I kind of need to know that.
Yeah, that's kind of a big deal. Whether or not we're going to hit this week at home, although we're a better team right now at home. Still 3.5 up on the Mariners, who won yesterday as well. So the Astros at 71-62. Here's where we go. Okay, 71-62. They're 3.5 games behind the Royals, and they are 4.5 games behind the Guardians. That's what we're worried about.
Mm-hmm.
We're worried about the Guardians. That's who we're catching. Forget the Mariners. That's over.
How about for how good Spencer Getty's been this month? Hunter Brown and Fromber may be better.
Yeah.
It's crazy. 144 average against for Fromber in 4 games this month.
Wow.
Batting average against.
Yeah.
The batting average against for Hunter Brown, 179 with a 185 ERA. Spencer's got a 193 batting average against, which is great, and a 255 ERA.
This month? No, he's got his ERA this month is 195.
Oh, after yesterday. Maybe, yeah, that's probably headed into that.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
okay.
He's got a 195 this month. I mean, it's awesome. This is and he lost 2 games. He got a 195 and he lost 2 games. Lost 1-0 to Tampa. All that run support. His run support is finally, well, they get 10 for him, right? Which skews it. But he had a run where they got no runs, 2 runs, no runs, 1 run, 2 runs.
When was this?
Just going last month.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was that terrible.
It was that terrible for him.
Golly.
Yeah. He had no run support at all. So finally getting it and taking care of business yesterday. He looked great. That is a lot of fun, taking care of that lineup that way. I mean, he did it the last 2 outings against Baltimore. He's 14 1/3 shutout innings against Baltimore and Philadelphia. That's awesome. That is awesome. So congratulations, Spencer Arrighetti, pitcher of the month. Listen, if Brown didn't win pitcher of the month last month, I don't know how Arrighetti's going to win it this month. But those guys are still.
Well, you guys in Houston have turned on. Arrighetti needs to take Verlander out back and do to him like old Yeller. you and Pepe Le Pew, who just
I didn't
tweeted,
say
you
we
guys
should.
Are so done with Verlander.
I'm not done with Verlander, but I'm on the Arrighetti.
You're off Verlander.
I'm on the Arrighetti train.
You're off Verlander.
Verlander.
You said kick Verlander out. You even want Kikuchi in. I mean, we don't go by meritocracies when you have 41-year-old future Hall of Famers. Because you always have to say, when you have a Hall of Famer,
right?
When you have a former Cy Young Award winner, you always say former MVPs.
Yeah.
You know, guys who maybe aren't as good anymore, but you keep bringing it up like
3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because this Justin Verlander is not the same. I mean, this Justin Verlander is, on paper, the weak link. But the reality is it's not going to matter.
No.
Because Justin Verlander is going to be pitching.
So you got a 4-game homestand. That's it. From today through Sunday. Then you hit the road.
We're almost done with the 18. Where are we in the big 18 game stretch?
We've only got 5 games left.
Only 5 left.
5 left. Yeah. We get at Monday we're playing at Cincinnati. Verlander starts that one, a 3:00 game, and then they get Tuesday off, and they get to spend it in Cincinnati, home of Skyline Chili, that food mecca. That's where you get your day off, in Cincinnati. Congratulations. In the middle of a series, which is highly unusual, but it is Labor Day. The day after Labor Day, they're taking off. Finally, get a day off. 712 ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. The Texans filled out their practice squad. We will talk about that on the other side right here on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Right now, I'm talking about Chastang Ford. I love me some Chastang Ford. It's where I'm buying my vehicles. It's where I am going to continue to buy all of my vehicles. It is ridiculous, the stuff that they got going on right now. The Ford Bronco Sport. The Bronco Sport is a great starter car, $299 a month for a 36-month lease. You get 3 years at $299 a month. It is awesome. Awesome. All right. Chastang Ford is where you never pay more. You don't. There's no add-ons. There's no markups. They just don't do it. They just won't do it. And you got Lightning right now. How about 0% APR, no down payment, skip payments for 90 days? This is happening with Ford Explorers and F-150s. And then the XLT, $4,500 summer cash. Listen, they're trying. All of this stuff is great. It lures you in. But here's what's going to lure you back: is that you're getting the squarest deal that you possibly can, the best deal that you're going to get at Chastang Ford, because they're not marking up, they're not adding on, they're going to work with you. They want you to have the payments. The most important thing for them is that the payments are right for you. Okay, so that you're not choking on that car, so that you feel great about that car buying experience. And that happens every time. ChastangFord.com. It's on 610 at Homestead, not Hempstead, just 5 minutes from downtown. Chastang Ford. Welcome back here on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. So, the Texans 53-man is set, and they've got 13 on the practice squad. They're allowed up to 16, 17 if you have a foreign player. So 16 guys. Here's some fun facts about. Did you know everything about the practice squad? It's interesting. First of all, you know that if a team signs one of our guys off of the practice squad, they have to keep him on the roster for the season. For the season, that's right.
That's why teams are willing to gamble on cutting players and trying to get into the practice squad. Now, sometimes players get picked up, but once they hit practice squad, you got a good chance to keep
them. Yeah. Now, if you have a major injury and you find a quarterback or a running back on somebody else's squad, you go.
Well, veterans can still be on practice squads now. I'm glad they changed it.
Yeah, there's six veterans that can be on there. 6 veterans can be on there. Do you know how much money they make?
It's not a lot.
It's not great.
It's not a lot. How much?
Well, it's $225 for the season for most of the guys.
I mean, it's good, and it's good by our standards. Yeah. It's not good by NFL. Not
NFL. Veterans can make 302 to 383, between 302 and 383. Yeah, you can call up a guy up to 90 minutes before a game. You can only call up 2 in one game. You can go back and forth from the practice squad 3 times. The 4th time you're up with the team is you're on the team. So you can be on the practice squad, play in the game, go back to the practice squad 3 times, and then the 4th.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times. Yeah. So in a season, the 4th one you're mandated to the roster.
You have names for the Texans that were primarily on the roster. For the most part, there's a couple that weren't. But
are you related to Killian Zierer?
No,
you're not.
He's I think he's not German. He's one of the international player pathway players. He's from, I want to say, Austria or Germany or something like that.
Okay.
He is. So he's not even officially on where I'm looking. He's not on there, but you get to keep one from the international player pathway.
Right.
Pathway. So he's on there.
Yeah.
Cam Irvin's longtime veteran, can play guard or center or tackle. He can play multiple positions.
Apparently not part of the international pathway program. For whatever reason. I don't know. I got Killian Zierer, Troy Hairston, Johnny Johnson, who had a wonderful game in the last game.
Oh, wait. Yeah, here's Killian right now.
The wide receiver.
Uh-huh.
David Sharp, Max Tooley, the linebacker, who played pretty well this preseason. Zeke Taylor, defensive end. J.J. Taylor, the running back. Marcus Harrison, the defensive tackle, the draft pick, right? Solomon Byrd, defensive end.
Draft pick.
Cameron Irving, who they picked up from the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the waiver wire. They signed him to their practice squad. Xavier Johnson, an athlete. Feldarius Payne, the defensive tackle. And Jawar Jordan, another draft pick.
Wait, you got Feldarius Payne on practice squad?
Yeah.
See, I don't show him on the practice squad.
You don't?
I've got 10, and I don't show him.
I've got 13.
Oh, okay. Oh, then maybe they may be behind.
Updated.
Yeah, they may be behind on. They may be behind on our lads. Marcus Harris and Solomon Byrd were the 2 draft picks that are hitting there. I did not expect them to make the team. I didn't think Harris played well enough, and Byrd is up against a numbers game, and I don't think he's ready either. The rest of them, I don't know. I mean, Troy Hairston can step in immediately and come play. And in fact, it wouldn't shock me if there was a scenario where Damian Pierce gets traded and British Brooks goes to full-time running back, and then Troy Hairston moves up from the P squad up to be the full-time, or up to be the fullback on the roster.
Yeah.
I could see a scenario where that happens.
Yeah, I guess they were done with Beck.
Yeah, I guess so. I thought
he was injured too.
I thought he was injured, and Hairston to me I thought he did a nice job of blocking.
Yeah.
When I watched him, I was like, man, Hairston looks pretty good.
Any concern? There might be some concern about the linebacker room.
Yeah, I would say that's the weakness right now.
I mean,
especially Christian Harris.
And that goes from a strength to a weakness. With the pickup, of Aziz and Christian Harris, the way that he finished up last season, and I hope, and Toto took a step, it looked like, in the postseason and played pretty well. But right now, with the injury to Christian Harris, there is a concern. Max Tooley didn't make the team, but at any point he might be called up. Here's D'Amico talking about the linebacker room.
Oh, yeah, feel good about the linebacker room. Feel good. It's not about, for me, it's never about one position. It's about our defense, collectively, like how do 11 guys fit together. And that's what it's all about. I feel really good about our defense and where we are, pulling for Christian to get back in due time.
What separated?
I would say everything. I reiterate everything you said is you look up the middle and you got Mario Edwards, who's a backup. Folu Fatukasi, who is really, has not been a full-time starter the whole time in the league. Khalil Davis is solid. Tim Settle's been hurt a lot during camp. And then you've got, I like Aziz Al-Shair. Jake Hansen is a career backup.
Yeah.
And 2-0.
He's played well, though.
Yeah, he has, but 2-0 is going to be a backup as well. So, yeah, you're a little bit light up the middle. You're a little light up the middle, and that's, that was a concern last year. I think it's a concern right now this year. Now, it's not going to change it could change when Autry gets back, and then Christian Harris is a will linebacker, so it's not like he's in the middle, but he is whenever they're stacked in a, he'll be playing in the middle some whenever they're stacked in their nickel sets and they got two linebackers on top, but he can run. I mean, that joker can really run. I don't feel bad with Jake Hansen. I think Jake Hansen plays good football. So you should be able to survive with Jake Hansen. I'm not as worried about that, but it's going to take a team effort. I mean, linebackers are going to have to scrape downhill and really fill gaps quickly, their run fits, and they can't be out of their run fits, because I don't know that from a defensive line standpoint in the middle, you're going to, you're from time to time, you're going to get pushed around a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what the Texans do, if they mug up a little bit and try to just, load the box up from time to time against teams who want to run against them. But, how many teams these days have the discipline to run the football? Not a lot. So it may not be as big an issue for them. Who do we start off with? Who's week one?
The Colts.
Chicago. Yeah, right off the bat.
Jonathan Taylor.
You're going to get Jonathan Taylor
and Anthony Richardson.
And Quentin Nelson and Anthony Richardson and Kelly. I mean, they're gonna pound it.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna want to run a lot early in that game. So we'll see.
How much are we going to miss Blake Cashman? Letting him go.
I think we're going to miss him.
A lot. I think so too. I really like Blake.
Now, at least you'll miss him at least for the time that Christian Harris is out. Because it was Christian Harris and Blake Cashman.
Cashman made plays last year.
Blake did, but when Christian Harris gets back, I don't think you'll miss him. I think the first few weeks you're going to miss him.
It's 4 weeks at least.
4 weeks, yeah, you're going to miss him.
Yeah. So hopefully he's back after those 4 weeks. Heinisch comes back after 4 weeks as well, so we'll see whether or not he gets in there and whether or not you need him. Yeah, they are a little light up front and in the middle. And so, yeah, and right off the bat, Jonathan Taylor, who he's had a history of running through this team. It was one thing, and that was the focus of fixing this year. So they went out and got Foley. They went out and got Autry. They went out and got Daniil Hunter. They went out and got Tim Settle. But they didn't really get bulked up.
No, they're not. Well, but that's not really, when you look at San Francisco, that's not really they don't have 330-pound fat guys. That's not what they do. All their defensive linemen have always been, you have a guy like Autry, Eric Armstead. I mean, Autry's
supposed to be an end.
Well, he's kind of a tweener. He's a 3-4. He's like a 5 technique, a 3-4. And they don't run an odd front. So, but at San Francisco, they've done that too. They don't have 300, they've got guys who aren't even 300 pounds. And Eric Armstead was like in the high 290s. You had DeForest Buckner, the same kind of tall, long, muscular. There's a certain type of guy they like. And it's the same. If you think about this. Think about who they had. They brought in Chase last year. Chase from Washington. From Ohio State.
Chase Brown? Who are you talking about?
No, remember when San Francisco brought in Chase, come on, the first pick of the second pick of the draft.
Mm. Yeah, not Solomon. Chase. From the Commanders.
Yeah. Hold on.
Chase Young.
Chase Young. Thank you. Look at his body type. Look at Nick Bosa's type. Look at Eric Armstead's body type. Look at DeForest Buckner's body type. That's what they do. And then you look at the Houston Texans with D'Amico Ryans here now. He brings in Danielle Hunter, Greek god, Will Anderson, big, long, strong guy, Danico Autry, that long frame, and then even Folu Fotukasi is going to be a good lean muscle mass guy. He doesn't carry a lot of bad fat. Defensively, Mario Edwards is a former big defensive end in college who plays defensive tackle now. Like, Tim Settle's the only one that's, kind of a big guy. There's not. D'Amico has a certain type of body type. It's that traits, he did. And actually, Tim Settle right now weighed in at 313. So I don't know what his weight is now, but he was over 330 pounds at Virginia Tech, and now he weighed in at 313, I guess, this year. So D'Amico has physical standards that include lean muscle mass, and he's not going to be a bulky, heavy team. He wants penetration. It's interesting. It's going to be interesting. That's why you have to have a thumper in the middle, though.
We'll see
like Aziz. You kind of have to have a badass because you're not going to have a bunch of fat guys just holding on to offensive linemen, keeping them off of you. That's not how they play.
Yeah. All right, we got a break. 713-780-3776 is the number if you want to get in here. That's a concern, and we'll find out whether or not week one, whether or not they're going to be any better at stopping the run. That'll be interesting to see if teams are going to be able to run on your Houston Texans and what it means, if, at least the first 4 weeks of the season with Christian Harris out and Kurt Hinish. I don't know how much that's going to help. We've got Doc Linville to talk about right now. I got hair to talk about. I got, I had a mangy head. I really did. Spots all over the place, and Doc was able to fill in, and fill in it's so awesome. It's just so much better. And I can't tell you how many people have said, man, it has made a huge difference, and it'll make a difference for you. And especially if you're younger, if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s even, and you're like, I just don't want to be bald. I just don't. It's simple. It's too simple to not. The neo-grafting is a simple process. It's awesome. You will love this process because it's painless, and even have a 3-day anesthetic, which you don't even really need. I had the 1-day anesthetic. I was fine. Okay. And here's the deal. You sit in the chair for about 4, 5, 6 hours, whatever it is. And then you got about 8 months later, you got your hair. Okay. So I'm telling you here and now, if you're looking for a great way to stop that balding, one way to go, 975hair.com. That's 975hair.com.
Blessings to Deshaun Watson. Huge news for Deshaun here. The Browns have restructured the contract of Deshaun Watson, converting $44.79 million of his 2024 base salary into a signing bonus and creating $35.8 million in cap space. Cleveland now has over $62 million in cap space, the most in the entire NFL. So now Deshaun finally gets more money up front so he can keep taking his trips.
Yeah. It's an incentive for him to play well.
Yeah, no, listen.
So far, all that money that he's gotten up front has been really well spent.
No. Hey, 3 number ones. How many number twos? 2 number twos or whatever, and then all this money you've given him, for sure. You have to pay it anyway. It's fully guaranteed, so you're going to have to pay it anyway. Why not convert it now? Just give it to him now. Let him. Listen, you need a little extra money when he goes to Egypt and takes all his trips around the world. You're going to have that money, I would assume, to how are you going to live your best life off the field? You gotta. Yeah, you gotta have some money. So, so I think it's important that Deshaun gets paid now, despite really being a massive disappointment. And right now, some Browns fans are calling it the worst move they've ever made in their franchise history.
Well, could be in the city's history. Could be in the sports history. Right now, it's up there with one of the worst trades ever.
I mean, if you think about the cost, your financial cost, your annual financial cost, and your draft capital financial cost, it sounds like you sound like hyperbole, but it's not.
It's not hyperbole. That and Herschel Walker are 2 of the worst trades ever.
Yeah, I think Deshaun may be worse because the money didn't kill you like this.
Yeah, right.
How about this? Just to get cap space, they had to give him $44 million up front. Like they had to convert.
Well, they have the most. They got $62 million in cap space right now,
which means it's signing bonus, so they don't have to pay him that. His paychecks are going to be small now, which I feel bad for him in a way.
Do you think that he'll be like, "Hey, maybe you guys could pay me more"? Because look at how small this.
If
check
I'm David
is
Mulgeta, one of the things I do is say, "Listen, Deshaun Watson's making just a little over $1.5 million
per.
I mean,
game.
his paycheck is going to be way smaller than that.
Yeah,
it's going to be like maybe 200,000. No, less than that. Yeah, maybe about 200,000 a paycheck. Maybe less.
Well,
maybe 100,000 a paycheck.
How can he work for that little?
You can't.
No.
Deshaun's going to have to get a new contract.
Yeah.
And Cleveland will say, "Wait, no, we gave you your money."
And that doesn't matter.
No, we gave.
But
we
look at what I'm making every week.
We convert it, and he's going to say, "This is Deshaun's." Every week he's getting 96,000. That's it
for an NFL quarterback of this caliber?
Do you know how much Kirk Cousins is going to get every week? Yeah. He's going to get about $3 million.
How about that?
Does that seem fair?
Or more?
Well, how much does he make? I don't know. $3 million a game is up like $48 million. It's not even $3 million. It's less than that.
Yeah.
Because he's getting paid $51 million.
All I know is that Deshaun's getting ripped off.
They need to get a new deal done for him quickly.
That would be
quickly.
Best trade in Houston sports history?
It's feeling pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no. Up to this point, Jordan, I think, is.
Right. Gave you
Bagwell. No, not even Bagwell anymore. It's Jordan.
Jordan is the one.
Jordan's it. But Houston
But look at all what they got for it. Look at everything they got for it.
Can you imagine paying a guy who I legitimately don't believe? I think Deshaun Watson wants to win. Do I think that football is his passion? I've got doubts now.
Yeah,
I've got doubts now. Do I think football is CJ's passion? Yes. Now, will football be CJ's passion when he is set to make the money Deshaun did? I hope so. I feel like he will be.
Did CJ have a cool birthday party where everybody showed up in their Lamborghinis and had jackets with names on them? No.
That actually happened 2 years ago.
It was last
3 years ago.
Was it?
I think it was 2 years ago because he wasn't in the league. He wasn't able to play. That's when he had the 11-game suspension. So it was year before last.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he has.
Does CJ get massages? I don't know. You don't.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Most massages are real.
Right.
You're talking massages.
They're Deshages?
Deshages, yeah.
Oh, that's what they are now?
Yeah.
Oh.
And those are not, I don't want my quarterback getting those kind
A
of
Desage?
Yeah, a Desage. I don't want my quarterback getting those kind of.
I don't want anybody doing that. But, okay, so speaking of quarterbacks, so Case Keenum actually on the IR for the season-ending IR, so he gets to stay in the building. Nick Caserio talked about Case Keenum in the building this year.
That goes. Case obviously isn't going to play. What do you envision his role being this year? And could you see him being a coach in the future?
It's a good question, Mike. You probably got to ask him about the coach part. But, Case has been a good player for this organization for a long time. I mean, his leadership, his toughness, his intelligence. So it's unfortunate that he's not going to be able to play football this year. So, I mean, hopefully he's around the team and around the building. He can be an asset to the team, to that room. So a lot of respect and appreciation for Case, what he's done, not only over the last year or so, year and change, but over the course of his career. I mean, you're talking about a guy that won drafted that's basically made it, 12, 13 years, whatever it's been. So it's a credit to him. So it's unfortunate, difficult situation. I'm sure there's a lot of emotion involved relative. I don't want to speak for him, but as far as what he does moving forward, ultimately that's going to be his choice. But I think whatever he decides to do, he's going to be really good at it.
Yeah, he'll be a coach in that room, won't he? I mean, that's what he's been anyway. He's been a mentor to CJ, takes him out to dinner, right? Or CJ, they have dinner on Thursday night, whatever it is.
I don't know if they still do.
I don't know if they still do. But this was
Why would you not want to have Case Keenum? If there were 32 Case Keenums, then every team should have a Case Keenum.
Then every team should have a Case Keenum. Yeah.
Do you know that you were cited as a Case hater?
I love Case. What are you talking about?
I know you do. I had to.
What?
I had to back you up.
Well, I mean, who?
Here it is.
What? But Case was not going to be the backup, first of all.
8/27/24. This was just 2 days ago.
Because I was talking about the game that Case had. He wasn't great.
So Chris Baldwin said he didn't say anything about you. Chris Baldwin said the continuing ignorant dislike some Houston sports radio hosts display towards Case Keenum. Who are the people who don't like Case Keenum? I mean, I'm legitimately asking a question.
Continued ignorant.
Yeah. I don't know who this guy's talking about because I don't know anyone.
Well, how do you know it was me he's aimed at?
A listener. Hold on. Somebody has you charted.
Okay.
This guy says, Chris Baldwin says, and he's the one who famously called JJ the pizza boy and all this stuff. But he just said the continuing ignorant dislike some Houston sports radio hosts display towards Case Keenum is baffling. It's like these guys still can't get over the fact that they were so wrong on what he'd be able to do in the NFL and hold an impressive career.
Yeah, like we always, as soon as his college career was over, we were like, Case can't play in the NFL. He's terrible.
You said that.
Why would anyone want to pick up Case?
Hearing some of them guess on air how many games Case started in the league and be so wrong about it is wild. The truth is the Texans don't even make the playoffs last season without Keenum stepping up. He was so bad they had to pull him out of
one game.
They won one, and then they had to pull him out of the other one.
Yeah, right.
But winning that Tennessee game, and C.J. Stroud benefits immensely from having Keenum's voice in that quarterback room.
That's true.
The barely disguised glee over the idea that this injury could make this the last year of his NFL career from some is pathetic. I legitimately this feels like an AI comment.
Who cares?
I'm legitimately curious about who is so who is happy Case is hurt. Case is a national treasure.
It must be
He's
Paul.
certainly a regional treasure.
Must be Paul.
It's got to be Paul. Yep, Paul. Paul.
Nice
or
job, Paul.
Joe George. It's probably Joe George.
Probably George. Well, I know it wouldn't be Jeremy because he's a kook.
I know. And then here's what this guy, Francis Burgundy, says in reply, because Dusty sent this. Dusty handles Case's marketing. He goes, why does John hate Case so much? And then this, because this is what the guy said. He goes, he'll never be a professional starting quarterback. John Granado said that. I'll never forget him saying that. And he wasn't the only one. You see? John Granado.
Wow.
Apparently John Lopez hates Case.
Well, I
think that's
I don't
who they
remember
talking about.
ever saying that or why I would say that or
this guy, Francis Burgundy's never going to forget you said it. He'll never be a professional starting quarterback.
Oh.
John Granado. Your glee over Case's injury.
It was glee. I was gleeful.
Your glee, you can hardly hold it back.
Right. Case isn't starting. What?
And I told
Case isn't even going to play this year.
I'm like, what? John loves Case.
I love Case. I went to dinner with Case. I love Case. What are you talking about? What are you people talking about?
Hey.
Who has this hate for Case?
He likes what? I told you, John. Apparently,
must be John Lopez, not me.
It's not. It's not you.
It's John Simmons they're talking about.
Why'd you put it on Paul? I would have never said it was Paul.
Paul. It's probably Paul.
It's probably Dell.
No. Well, Dell hates everybody. Dell hates everybody.
It could be Dell had some glee.
All right. We got more sound from the Texans. We got Astros sound. Let's do Astros. Do bomb. What about that catch? What about the catch that wasn't the number one play?
Do you hear the people sing? You feel the French coming on, Dubon?
Dubon.
The French are making a big run into the playoffs.
So ESPN.
Is it Marcel Dubon? What is Dubon's first name? It's Marcel?
Marcel.
Marcel Dubon.
Right. But ESPN had the play of the day, the top 10, and they had a dunk, number one.
No, they didn't.
Oh.
They had that guy going up over the wall. The number one was the right number one.
Stop.
The left fielder in Texas literally, he stopped a walk-off home run by planting his foot in the fence and going up high like it was
better
really
than
good.
Saving a no-hitter? No. Go ahead. You hate
Case. Saved the whole game.
You know what? You hate Case.
It saved the whole
game.
And
now you hate Dubon. Okay? You hate.
You're the biggest Case hater I know.
Underdog. Okay? You love Underdog.
I love Underdog. And why wouldn't I love Underdog? Underdog Fantasy. I mean, my goodness. Let me just tell you something right now. Making picks in Underdog is so simple, and it's even easier to get started. Go to their mobile app right now, download it, or you can just go to UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up with promo code Lance. And the Underdog is going to give you a highly discounted pick to use on your first Pick'em entry, plus a first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. What? Excuse me? That's Underdog Fantasy promo code Lance to claim your new customer offer of a gimme first pick and your deposit offer. But here's the thing. Underdog Fantasy allows you to play season-long fantasy. It allows you to play daily fantasy, and it allows you the Pick'em Challenge, where they'll have a series of statistics for each player in a ton of sports. And you just say, oh, no, I think that's going to go higher than that number. Oh, I think it's going to go lower. You pick higher or lower for anywhere between 2 players and 5 players. You can do as few as 2, as many as 5. But what a great opportunity for you to win up to 325 times your money by picking higher or lower. This is the highest number, the multiplier I've ever seen. They've never had a multiplier this high, not even close. And this is available for you right now with Underdog Fantasy. You must be 18 or older and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 800-GAMBLER. Go to ncpgambling.org.
All right. Game is just a couple of days away now. U of H and the Willie Fritz era begins on Saturday night at TDECU Stadium. Tickets start at just $15. Okay, great way for you to bring the family out for an affordable event. When you're talking about just $15 to get it into the stadium and hang out, eat. The concessions are cheap. It's just a more affordable way to go watch football. All right, you want to be a part of the action. You got it. You got it. You got great action at TDECU Stadium. Go see Donovan Smith and the boys taking on UNLV. It's supposed to be a good game. The spread's just a 2.5 spread. So this could be a good one, and it's the start of the Willie Fritz era. UHCougars.com/tickets, UHCougars.com/tickets, 713-GO-COUGS, 713-GO-COUGS. You're looking for great, affordable entertainment this Saturday night, 6 o'clock, TDECU Stadium. Come on, be early, wear red, be loud at TDECU Stadium. Welcome back here on ESPN 97.5 and 93.
Beer Man Greg asked, do you think Cleveland wishes Deshaun would hold out so they wouldn't have to pay him 100%?
Yeah. Well, now he's already got the cash.
No, I mean, yeah. But, no, they need him to play well. Listen, I mean, let's face it. I mean, Andrew Berry, hate to say it, but it's funny because Andrew Berry made the playoffs with Joe Flacco.
This is why you lose your keys.
No, this is a AirTag. I can't lose my keys.
You can't. What do you mean?
I can
find them anytime now. Yeah. Oh, look at that! But see, this is why you leave your keys somewhere because you just randomly take them out and leave them.
Loser. I don't lose my wallet, my keys, my phone.
My phone.
Yeah, my phone. Yeah. I'll leave my phone behind.
So what if you leave your keys and your phone? Then you won't be able to find either.
It's not ideal, but look at this. Look this. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. Well, here's my keys. Don't. AirTag.
Okay.
Big time.
What if you're not near them? What if they're in a taxi because you took them out just laid them on the seat of the taxi? Because that's what you do.
It shows me where they are.
Okay. Oh, it shows you on your phone?
Yeah, I keep that in my pants. I don't take my key. I'm just doing it right here, but don't get me. Why would you do an ADD person? Why would you say things like this? I had a whole thing I was doing, and now I'm just completely off.
Yeah.
No. Andrew Berry, the GM of the Cleveland Browns, needs Deshaun Watson to play well.
You think?
Yeah.
I mean, you think that whole organization?
He really needs Deshaun.
Everybody's dependent on that dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Screw him.
You agree with this? Louis Riddick says, besides Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback he would want if you were starting a new franchise today would be Jordan Love. I guess I better study Jordan Love more carefully because the Jordan Love hype train, and I'm one of the leaders of the C.J. Stroud hype train, so maybe that's a little much. But if you say anybody other than C.J. Stroud, do you know ball?
He doesn't know ball.
You don't know ball if you say anybody but C.J. Stroud, do you?
He don't know ball. No, he don't. I mean, no.
If you're going to start,
listen. There's a lot of love for. There's
a lot of love for Jordan Love.
Yeah,
and Jordan Love he had a really good year. I don't remember watching Jordan Love specifically and just being, going crazy. Maybe
didn't they win a playoff game?
I didn't have him or any of his wide receivers on my fantasy team, so I'm trying to think of why I would be watching a lot of Jordan Love.
No one's watching a lot of Jordan Love. No. Well, Joel watched a lot of Jordan Love because he loves the Packers, right? So maybe he can tell us about Jordan Love. Listen, I don't think you should lose your football card if you say you want Jordan Love over C.J. Stroud.
No, but it's people are going to wonder if you know ball. That's all I'm saying. If you want people to wonder if you know ball.
How much did it
Who would you rather have pitching right now, Eric Getty or future Hall of Famer, multi-time Cy Young Award winner, Justin Verlander?
Justin Verlander.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know ball.
Yeah.
Right.
That way you know ball.
Right.
When the reality is, Spencer Eric Getty looks like young, looks like, I don't know who he looks like. Actually, who would you compare him to? Do you have a pitcher comparison?
Okay, now they're
A
disagreeing.
young Matt Carpenter. Oh, see?
See? Now he
you know
knows
who
ball.
knows ball?
Damian Woody.
Damian Woody knows ball.
Damian Woody knows ball.
How many Super Bowls did Damian Woody win with the Patriots?
Oh, how many did Louis Riddick win?
None.
Zero.
None.
Damian Woody won with the Patriots.
Louis Riddick got fired.
Yeah.
Damian Woody retired of his own accord.
That's why he
knows ball.
He knows ball.
You know why? Because he knows ball.
Yeah. Yeah. And who's that?
Somebody who may or may not know ball. We're about to find out. It's Harry Douglas.
That's Harry Douglas?
Yeah.
That's Harry Douglas.
Yeah, it's Harry Douglas.
How come he's not dancing?
It's Dell's guy.
Dell hates
Give him
that.
time. Because he's in he's in a tight one shot. That's why. Now he's in a two shot.
Yeah.
So hopefully CJ
is that the case though? Okay. If besides Patrick Mahomes, what quarterback would you start a franchise with today?
Remember what Jacob said? Your quarterbacks, your whiteys are done. We've taken over the quarterback job.
Well,
remember Jacob, the black guy who called in and said, we've taken it over. Your people are done.
Yeah, but Jordan Love looks like he could be on my team. Why is it that when it's half and half, we don't get any credit?
It's not fair. It's not fair biracial. Well, I'm the first one. I had to check off Mason's. I'm already practicing this because Mason had to go get his shoulder looked at yesterday. Yeah, Latino because, well, it actually doesn't matter anymore. The Supreme Court, remember? Like, it's not going to help him in college stuff.
No. Yeah, it's racist.
It's not going to help him in college stuff anymore.
To help people.
Because Alec got Hispanic scholar.
It's racist to help people now. That's why I'm not doing it.
Scholar coming out of college.
Yeah.
Coming out of high school said, he's considered a scholar? I mean, he was fine in school. Scholar wasn't one of the words I used to use for him. Oh, yeah, he gets Hispanic scholar, too. So Alec got Hispanic scholar.
Wow.
And
that's insulting.
And no, it's not. He paid no room and board the first year.
Well, no,
what's insulting about that? I mean, it's insulting to scholars? Oh, okay.
That's what I was
about to say, there was nothing insulting about that. So I am all my kids, Hispanic, Latino. What do you want to say? Latin. My wife.
Scholar.
My wife's not a
Snacks
Latinx fan.
Scholar.
Snacks the scholar. Scholarly snacks. I hope you're listening, buddy.
That's funny. Joey,
what did you used to check? Did you put Greek or Italian? Did they used to have that?
They didn't ask.
When you were growing up, did it say,
no.
Did you have to claim one?
I had to always put.
Are you considered biracial?
I had to always put Caucasian, but the neighbors one time came over. This really happened. This really happened. The neighbors were selling their house. They came over and said, "Can you keep your kids inside? Because we got people coming over to look at the house." That happened.
Y'all were out of control.
No, because we were dark.
But
because
you really
dark.
thought that was why?
Yeah. No. He was actually joking, but he did.
Oh,
say,
he was saying that as
he
a
did
joke?
actually. It happened. Yeah. Anyway,
And that's before you played golf.
And that was before I played.
Before you played golf.
I'm always been
olive skin.
Olive. Yeah. I've always been. Yeah. Dark meat. I like to say dark meat.
That's what he calls himself. Don't worry. I know
you can't say that.
It's making you nervous, yeah, but he says it all the time, and so far he hasn't been fired.
So far.
So you're safe.
You're all right.
He calls himself Dark Meat.
Yeah. And you need to make sure that you put, like, your last name is Hoang, right?
Well, you don't have to tell her whole name.
Why not? We're all Granado del
You just said you
Olaleye.
didn't even know if you wanted to give out her
But
social
I'm not giving
medias.
out her phone number. Her last name is okay.
Let's give it until the end of the
week.
week.
You need to put that on everything because you'll get money too, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
You'll get money. Well, you just put that and money comes
your way.
No, that's not how it works.
No, yeah, because
you don't just
of your
get money.
Asian descent.
She's not in school anymore.
I
just graduated.
You graduate. Oh, okay.
So people aren't just going to.
But aren't there like
Abigail
programs you could take advantage of?
At any point did anyone just come and give you some money?
Yeah.
No, especially
okay.
I'm half Asian.
Well, for college they gave you money. No.
No.
Would you be considered a scholar in the Asian community?
Half scholar.
What kind of grades did you get?
A's.
A's? All A's.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, a couple B's, but usually
a couple.
A's.
Very
I know,
disappointing.
I'm sorry.
No wonder you disappointed your parents. B's.
Who said she disappointed her parents?
Okay, Lance, what do you call yourself if John calls him Dark Meat?
I'm just
whitey.
I'm pretty much standard white guy.
Yeah,
my parents
Caucasian.
I have
Gringo, El Gringo.
I have German. Yeah, no, I safely check Caucasian.
Right.
I've got German, a little bit of French, and a little bit of English, and so mostly German though. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so there's
you could never get that.
Yeah, my 23andMe is pretty centralized, I think.
I didn't get any dark meat money though. Anyway, I didn't
because
get
they
any.
don't give extra money to Italians. They were trying to keep you out of colleges.
They really were. They really were. All right, 713-780-37.
And you don't call it dark meat money. You know, I'm so glad Dell's not here because he would have been so taken aback by your comments there.
We got a break.
Lord.
Abigail's already upset, so we got a break. Joey, Keith, you guys are first up on the other side. Right now, though, it's H-on. Is this a perfect spot for H-on-P?
Perfect spot.
Okay.
Your HR department has to step in at times.
Chris is like, yeah, no, we're going to have to call. We're going to have to give him a call again. No, actually, you listen, you need H-on-P to handle your problem people. And you know what? We've had to use them. We've had issues here with HR issues here, and we've had to deal with it. But we didn't have to deal with it. HR, they give you all the tools that you need. They give you the advice, and they let you know how you need to handle certain things, and then you handle it, or they handle it as well. They'll do it. They'll do it too. But they handle all your payroll. That is awesome. That's the nice part about it. People getting paid. Maybe not. It's great for you. Maybe it's not great for you because you're the one paying out all that money to all your people. But if they're bringing in money, you want to pay them, and you want to pay them right. You want to pay salary. You want to pay hourly. You want to pay commission. It doesn't matter. You have branches in other states. It doesn't matter. H-R&P figures it out. Their technology is second to none. And then come tax time, you want H-R&P because they're experts in the Affordable Care Act, and you don't want to mess that up. Here's the deal. It doesn't matter what your business is. If you've got 15, 20, or more employees, you need HRP. HRP.net, 281-880-6525 or HRP.net. How about they just named Russell Wilson the starter in Pittsburgh? Here's the question on ESPN. How long will Mike Tomlin wait until he makes a QB change?
Nobody has bigger Justin Fields fans than the host of ESPN.
Will it be one?
Last year they asked, can Justin Fields win? Swear on my kids. One of the segments was, can Justin Fields win an MVP this year? I'm like,
what?
Yeah, they probably asked Super Bowl too, because remember they had a whole Justin Fields month and Aaron Rodgers month.
No, they love Justin Fields.
And I was
that's because they cried at the kitchen table about him.
Yeah, it was,
I mean, they're making up for that one.
Yeah. When
Orlovsky.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I wasn't a big fan of them adding Russell Wilson. Like, to me, this needs to be Justin Fields' job, because you guys see what Justin has. I guess Russell can help you this year potentially, but the fans are going to be cheering for Justin to get in. I think the locker room is going to want the younger guy in. Everyone's going to have this stuff. Russell's a cornball. He's going to have to deal with that segment of Twitter going. It's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
It was never not going to be a mess having Justin Fields and Russell Wilson there.
On the same time,
anything less than Justin Fields as a starter is going to cause a bunch
ESPN
of
will
stress.
have
He's got to play really well.
It's a problem for ESPN.
Well, it's going to be look, I'd rather see what Justin Fields can do as your quarterback of the future. Russell Wilson's nobody's quarterback of the future.
No, but they want to win. So, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what's almost more important? Seeing if you have an answer to your quarterback position. Can he take that? See, I'm kind of with you. I don't think Justin's ever going to be a great passer.
Is that really what you want to do if you're the
field.
general manager with your salary on the line? Let me see if Justin Fields can play.
But if you don't find a quarterback, you eventually get fired.
Yeah.
I guess you don't. And you know what? You're not really dealing with, like, you can get rid of these guys anytime you want now. So I guess you can just go right to quarterback next year if you want to. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Let's get some of these calls in here. But I just know that's going to be a mess in Pittsburgh until he does get replaced. And if Russell Wilson plays well, then good for Russell Wilson, and Justin Fields will sit on the bench. But I'm not sure either one of them leads them to the playoffs. I don't have Pittsburgh going to the playoffs.
Let's get Joey in here. Hey, Joey.
Yes, it was. It's not Joey, but Russell Wilson, he got the highest quarterback passing percentage after Aaron Rodgers. Now, all of a sudden, kind of came up with this false narrative that Russell Wilson, who'd have been to 2 Super Bowls, who won one, can't play quarterback. They won with Trubisky. And then y'all bringing up Case Keenum, 39 and 43? Get out of here.
Case Keenum is a third. Wait. Case Keenum is a third-string quarterback who's injured. What does he have to do with starting?
Russ got the second highest passing rating after Aaron Rodgers.
But what does that have to do with how he's playing the last 3 years?
Last 2 years. And last year he had a 26-8
No, he has not been good since 20. He hasn't been good since 21.
And what happened, Sean Payton came in and he didn't like him. So he passed all you white guys and y'all trash.
No, you're so off on this one. You were fine the other day, but this is a really bad one. All you white guys, this is dumb.
They're going to spank the Texans.
This is dumb. His own teammates were yelling at him last year. I mean, come on.
It doesn't matter what
his own teammates didn't want him. Guess what? I like Russell Wilson, but Russell Wilson's washed.
You ain't gotta like him.
I like him.
Deshaun too.
And
Deshaun.
What about Deshaun?
That bag. And y'all mad. I'm sorry.
Who is we? How much is Deshaun?
I'm sorry.
You're saying we. Tell me how much money has Deshaun? How much money has Deshaun given you? We got a bag. You're sitting there broke as a joke, and Deshaun is shining.
How you know what I am? I got more money than you.
Yeah, you have more money than Deshaun. Deshaun ain't giving you a penny. You got nothing from Deshaun. Quit acting like that's not your brother. That's not your brother. That's not your brother.
That is my brother.
No. We didn't get a bag. Deshaun got a bag. Deshaun got a bag. Case Keenum's won a Super Bowl. Case Keenum won a Super Bowl. Case Keenum won a Super Bowl. Case Keenum won 2 Super Bowls.
Just like y'all, trash.
I mean, this guy literally
is.
Whoa!
Soft ass call. Get out of here. Dump him. Soft ass call.
Jacob, not Joey.
Yeah, that's Jacob. You're done. And you cussed on the air, so now you're banned for life. Get out of here. Beat it. All he wanted to do is say, white boy this, white boy that. He's just
he's our new colleague.
He's a racist, sorry-ass caller. That's what he is. Let's just be real. Russell Wilson, if you wanted to have a real grown-up conversation, if you wanted to do it for real, we could talk for real. You're not even being real. This is like you're just being a troll. You just go do that on Twitter. That's where Twitter lives. If you want to have a real conversation, I thought you were real. I thought we could come in here and have a real conversation where we could talk about Russell Wilson. I think Russ is washed. And I was the biggest Russell fan because Russell was unappreciated for years. He was an MVP for half of 21, and then it fell apart on him, and he's never been the same since. And anyone who brings up his stats from last year, oh my gosh, they cut him, and they took on a $74 million cap hit to get rid of Russ. That's how bad they wanted to get rid of Russell. He wasn't liked in the building. They didn't like him, and his own teammates didn't like him. They would yell at him on the field. Like, it's a weird thing. And he's one of the only – I mean, most people call him corny and go after him. But you can hear all this. Like, this is why you know it's not a serious call.
Well,
why it's not a serious call. We got the bag. Deshaun got the bag. That's not a serious call. You didn't get anything. You got zero money from Deshaun. Deshaun doesn't care about you. He doesn't know your name, and he doesn't care about you. So if your entire scorecard is seen, if black quarterbacks who don't know you get paid, then that's a great life for you, I guess. That's not my life. I can tell you that. So.
Listen, Russ was 28-6-8 last year. He was also 6.9 per attempt. And his lowest of his career by far. Yeah, they didn't win.
Go look at every
3,000 yards on 447 attempts.
Every quarterback who's played under Sean Payton, including Eli Manning for a while. These guys, he has a safe offense and a safe passing attack. That's why Bo Nix made a lot of sense for him. Yeah. But it's not Russell.
But he's white.
Russell didn't play well. Who?
Bo Nix.
Oh, I thought you meant Russell Wilson. He's got a white
Bo
parent.
Nix is white, so he's not going to succeed.
This is
the year before Russ was 16-11, bro. He was awful. He was awful. He was awful, and yeah, they paid him $70 million not to show up for work. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. They wanted him. That's how bad they wanted him gone. Wow. We're dropping F-bombs. HRP on a mobile is here. HRP on a mobile is with us here on ESPN. Hey, HRP on a mobile.
Hey, so I was listening. I'm a longtime caller and a longtime fan, and I don't remember Lance getting worked up like that.
You missed a lot of shows.
I know.
No. Listen, if you want to bait Lance, who's the guy that calls in on the Astros because Dusty Baker's black and we got rid of him? What's his name?
That was Tony?
No, it wasn't Tony.
It was
Gary or no?
Yeah, it was Gary.
It was Gary.
But then Gary was like cool with this.
Yeah.
And then Gary was done.
Anytime somebody calls it, here's what I hope. I hope that guy, whoever he is, has a kid that's just good enough to go to the scouting combine so Lance can write him up. Because if you write him up, Lance, he is going to drive down there and shank you.
Yeah.
Like, that guy's got some anger problems, and I've never heard anything like that. Look, if you just look at Russell's stats, look, Case is not a great quarterback. He's a gap. We all know that. You guys aren't.
Yeah, how in the world did he say?
Why is Case catching
We're
it?
literally talking about Case being a third. He's a coach in the room. We're not talking about Russell Wilson versus Case. That's when I was like, this guy's not serious at all.
I agree, but hey, I do think that you're right on one thing, Lance, and specifically the GM has got to figure out: are either of these quarterbacks going to be serviceable next year so we can draft some other players, or do we need to just can it after this year and go quarterback? And I'll hang up and listen, man.
Well, you're going to figure. I think both of them are going to play. You know, he'll be able to figure it out through practice and all that stuff. So it's fine. I just think that they've set them up for some unnecessary drama in Pittsburgh by having Russell there and Justin Fields. But I'm just disappointed that Jacob's fine. It's just he just has this. You know, it's just a racial call, which is. I'm used to that now that we, through Twitter and stuff like that. But I thought he wanted to have like a real conversation, but he wasn't. He wasn't.
He's
serious.
not a serious person.
Nah, he's not a serious guy.
Keith, the first Keith. He's been waiting a while. What's up, Keith?
Hey, guys, love the show. I don't know how I'm supposed to follow up that guy who called in. Just bad timing on my part. But I want to give a shout-out to the intern. I'm actually half Asian, too, so respect that.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, Lance, John, I'm in an 18-team guillotine league. Draft tonight. Guillotine league is pretty intense.
What
I got
is
the
that?
4th pick.
A guillotine league?
Guillotine league. So what it is every week there's no matchups. The lowest scoring team is eliminated until it's last man standing. 18 teams, 18 weeks. Last man standing, lowest team eliminated every week, and all of their players get dumped into the free agent pool, and you use your fab money to basically bid on them, and then you get to add to your team every week. So CMC could be on the lowest scoring team week 1, and then he's up for auction week 2. So every week there's just loads and loads of players.
I'm going to be honest
with
you. Keith might be the most sports guy that I know right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's into street free agents.
Ryan Tannehill.
He's into street free agents. Keith knows like about every little thing. He's in leagues. I've never even heard of anything like this.
Have you won this guillotine league? Keith, have you won the guillotine league?
No, it's going to be my first year. I'm pretty pumped. I got the 4th pick. I'm leaning towards. I'm hoping CeeDee Lamb is there. I think I just have to draft the highest scoring players from last year, so I have to get Achane somehow in round 2 because he's gonna, if he breaks one, it's 80 yards to the house, and that's 20 points. So I can't finish last. Got to survive in advance. It's okay to finish 17th week 1, as long as you're not 18th, right?
As long as you're not 18th. That's it. That's all. Wow, that's a neat league, but 18. Of course, guys become free agents that on the losing team. That one team, of course, if they're last and in week 18 and in the first week of the season, their team sucked. Pretty much sucked. But man, how about drafting a snake draft 18?
That's too much.
Too much.
I can't. Like I used to be in a league with 10, and everyone's teams are loaded. It's 12 is perfect.
Yeah,
12 is perfect.
I'm in a league with 10, and it's high scoring.
It's it's a lot, but 18.
Yeah,
come on.
Yep.
In a guillotine league, like I appreciate, like you got to really
that's
be
cool,
into.
Though.
Yeah, but you got to really be into fantasy football, and if you are, then that's awesome.
I am. I want to get in that. I want to get in that. Absolutely. I read all the time about fantasy football. Huh?
Really?
Yeah, I love it.
Since when?
Since last couple of years.
That you read all the time about fantasy football now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I love it.
And you like soccer now? Well, I mean,
no,
some.
No, don't say that about me.
No, but some soccer.
Oh, I guess it's okay to say that.
Yeah, it's okay to say that about you now.
I mean, but it gives you a kind of a vibe. You're a soccer fan.
No, that's not a
right.
No.
Annabelle, that's it.
Would you ever date a guy who likes soccer? Yeah, sure she would.
Abigail, if you're like, if a guy likes soccer and he doesn't like football, then that gives off a vibe, doesn't it?
What kind of vibe are you talking? I mean, if you like sports in general, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if you're like a soccer guy and not a football guy?
I mean, if you know the sport, you know the sport, I feel like.
Yeah, but it just feels like you're...
What are you putting out this story?
It feels like you're European and you smoke and you just stink. You don't smell good.
What?
that's all. That's
all
vibe.
soccer. Wait, are you talking about soccer players smoke?
No.
Oh.
No, she's saying a fan. No.
A Euro.
This is an old narrative that he is on about the Euros and all this stuff.
About the French.
Everyone,
you would never date a French guy, would you?
Oh, what's Harry Douglas doing in this video?
I would say never say never. I don't know.
No, they stink. They're not.
Okay.
No, you can be a soccer fan. It's okay.
No, I don't know. If you got to be a football fan, though, you can't. Don't give off that vibe. Don't say that about me. Okay, please.
Did the cuss word get on? Everyone's like, everyone in the chat's like, it's okay, Abigail. We got your back. Don't worry. It's okay. Young Abs. They call her Abs.
Young Abs?
Yeah. They call her Abs.
I mean, that's a good name for a bodybuilder.
I like that better than Annabelle.
Yeah.
Did
I call you Annabelle?
Yeah, you did it again.
Jezebel, Annabelle. I've dropped a few names on you. It sounds Abigail is what your name is. Abs is cool. For a bodybuilder?
A lot of people call me Abs, yeah.
They do? That's a good name for a bodybuilder, and that's what Abigail is. Not Annabelle. Who say that? That's terrible. My bookie is wonderful, though. MyBookie.ag, promo code BET975. Let's go. This is the time of year. It's the most wonderful time. Do you hear these guys singing about it? Okay, it's awful. Paul and Dell singing about...
Does Paul sing, too?
Paul sing, too. It's embarrassing. But here's the deal, is if you're somebody that wants to get in and play, win, and get paid, here's the deal. You got it. MyBookie.ag, promo code BET975. It's the best way to. I'm telling you, the website is awesome, and it's football season, and we know football, we love football. Let's go! I need you right now to go to mybookie.ag, promo code bet975, and sign up. Get your bonus for playing. Okay, you get a sign up bonus, and only if you put in promo code bet975. Get your sign up bonus and start. You got the games this weekend. We're only 2 days away. John Chill's going to come on today, and he's going to give us picks. 5 Star's going to come on tomorrow. He's going to give us picks. Let's go. It is time to get it to mybookie.ag, promo code bet975. Play, win, and get paid. Anytime, anywhere. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. Mybookie.ag. All right. Welcome back here on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5.
If you want to watch the show, you can do so on stream. You can do it our ESPN YouTube channel, YouTube.com. I think it's /ESPN 975, something like that. Just Google it. You'll find it. You can watch on Twitter also, on X. You can find it there, and you can watch live. You can also find it on Twitch. So however you like to consume it, you can watch the show.
97.9 HD2. Yeah. Best way to listen.
So one of the
97.9 HD2.
One of the nurses at the hospital when I got the procedure was, I can tell you what, sleeping's not fun for me right now. Hopefully it'll get better by tomorrow. But
they burn your insides.
Really tired. Yeah, and it's all swollen, like there's inflammation. So it's like having a tight chest. You can't get a deep breath. which sucks. But and I'm just gassed after short walks. But it was a little better today. But anyway, one of the guys, Steve in downtown, he said, "Do you remember?" He goes, "I've been a long. Hey, Lance, just want to say I've been a long time listener. I was Steve in downtown. I called like 15 years ago. Do you remember me?" I didn't know if he was joking or not. Like, who, man, Steve in downtown.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I remember. Anyway, I was telling him, he goes, "So where are you right now?" I said, "Oh, I'm with John at ESPN 97.5. I said, "You can hear it on 97.5, 92.5. I said, "Or hold on. We also have an HD channel." I said 979, but it's not the box. You have to go up one on the HD channel, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you can hear us perfectly there, or you can hear us on the app. You can get us on the app. And that's where all the cuss words go through. Like if anybody, like I accidentally cussed a couple weeks ago, and Dell kept it from going on the radio, but it goes on the stream. Jacob said, "F out of here."
Yeah.
And Abigail got it from the radio. She cut it. But,
nice job, Abigail.
Yeah.
Or if that's your name.
Thanks, John.
That really is your name.
It's Abs now.
Abs. Way to go, Abs.
Yeah. So we have, let's get some more phone calls in here. You guys jump in, 713-780-3776. Let's get Keith in here. He's first up. What's up, Keith? How we doing?
What's up? What's up, guys? I was enjoying the show. I wasn't going to call in, and then I heard the phone call about Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. That was just crazy on his part. He obviously hasn't watched football. I want to apologize because that was crazy. The racism was crazy. That's how you know it's election time, though. So I mean, emotions run high. You know how it is.
No one needs to apologize for anyone. That's one guy doing that. I don't hold it against anyone.
No, we don't hold it against an entire race.
No. We appreciate it, Keith, but we're good. Jacob has already had a call like that before. And we had a caller like that was kind of famous, Collie. I actually met Collie one time and gave him a check for his youth football team when they were getting jerseys and stuff like that. And Collie was, once we got to know Collie a little bit, it was good. But you can't just come on and like be that outrageously contentious. And like we actually had real conversations with Collie, but he was pro-black to the point of, but it wasn't crazy. Like he was all excited about. I was listening to an old Collie call that he was all excited about having a black quarterback in the Super Bowl. I would have been excited about it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, this stuff where you're intentionally trying to bring up Case Keenum versus Russell Wilson's just a weird thing.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, and when you're just cheering for players getting money, like Deshaun, we used to think he was one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. He's not now. I don't even think he's in the top 20. And so if you want to have real conversations on here, that's great with us. But if you're just going to do something weird and call names and all that, I mean, we're going to put you in a little bit of check.
I'm not going to root it.
I can't let that kind of just wild disrespect go.
Do you root against Deshaun?
No, not anymore.
No,
I did when we had first-round picks on the line.
Yeah, but I don't like him anymore.
No, you know what? I feel bad that I thought he was one way. Like, I really thought Deshaun was a real dude.
Yeah.
And now I think I think he's kind of a cautionary tale where I think he just got caught up in lifestyle and access. I talked to people who would have some insight into it, and he's just not the same guy he was when he came out. I think he was kind of a country guy. You know, he was a smaller town country guy. And I think he was one way when he came out. And I think that, you know, sometimes things change you. You know, the money and the lifestyle changes you. And I think Deshaun kind of got caught up in it a little bit. And I think it's unfortunate because I really do think he was the guy that gave a paycheck. You only get 16 of these things. No, I guess it was, I don't know. Yeah, I guess 16 at the time.
17.
You still get 17?
No, you get.
He didn't have a 17-game schedule at that time.
He had a 16-game schedule, but you had.
You still get paid during bye week?
Yeah,
okay.
bye week, yeah.
And he gave one of them to help when in 2017 during Hurricane, his rookie season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's a real, like, I was like, man, this guy, and I think he was a sweet guy coming out. And then I just think some things changed. But, you know, there's guys who get like that and still are great players. But Deshaun's Deshaun as a football player is not a good player right
now. No, he's not a good player.
That's a problem.
Let's get D in here. D, what up? I didn't know this would be a Russell Wilson show today, but okay. What up, D?
Hey, man, what's up?
What's up, D?
You know, I was listening to that phone call by Jacob, and I kind of called at the tail end, and I was like, damn, surely he ain't saying all that. But, man, why I'm definitely, as an African American, I'm definitely sympathetic towards the plight of the black quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, my man was just straight up. He must have had a bad day at work. I don't know if some white people pissed him off, but hey, I just want y'all to have a good day. Don't start getting mad at all black people today because of him.
I'm telling
you, off base.
You guys
did the white people piss him off?
I know this happens on Twitter. You guys never, ever, ever have to worry about that with me and John.
No.
I don't. I treat everybody how they treat me. So you don't have to worry. I don't think anything about the black race. Nothing. I got black friends. We argue back and forth about stuff. I came up in Richmond, Rosenberg, ranking on each other in the bus where you had to get your feelings hurt sometime. It's not like if Jacob called back in tomorrow, I'm cool. As long as he keeps it steady, I'm cool tomorrow with him. So it's not a big deal.
Okay. So the plight of the black quarterback, is it still existent?
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either.
I mean, we're talking
we're
about
not black, so okay, I don't
No, but let's be real here. The three best, it's not hurting anyone in the draft.
No.
At all.
Caleb Williams this year. It's guy after guy after guy now. Is there a plight of the black quarterback now?
I don't think anymore. No, I think at one point, but right now it's just, that's me personally. I just think if you can play, and this is, years ago, Alonzo Highsmith told me, it was probably more than 10 years ago. He said, what people are going to find out, he said, black quarterbacks have had some, there's been a real stereotype and a real, he said, and this is probably 10 years ago, he said, that's all changing now because he said you get fired. He said who gets fired faster than anybody if you harbor a racial bias, whether it's a white wide receiver or a black quarterback. If you start passing on guys that can play, you're not going to make it in the NFL.
So if you want to know the truth, it's that we're evolving into the plight of the white quarterback of the statue. The plight of the statue quarterback.
No, but that was also Dwayne Haskins was a statue. Yes, the non-mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
Why's the guy be white?
Well, Dwayne Haskins. I heard Stephen A. say Dwayne Haskins can't throw. He can only run.
He got made fun of forever because he clearly didn't.
I heard him say that.
No, that's a very real thing. Like a real quarterback conversation. If you're not mobile in the pocket, statues.
Yeah.
Man.
That's mostly white people can't move. Okay?
Well, Tom Brady, you got to have pocket mobility.
Have you seen Tom Brady dance? Awful.
Tom Brady, left and right, slide.
Well,
back,
name the
right.
Tom Bradys that are coming out now.
Pocket mobility. Well, so let's see. It's not the first two quarterbacks. Bo Nix could move. Michael Penix is kind of a statue. He can run. He actually can't. He just chooses not to run. He's also had 4 season-ending injuries.
Yeah, he's got knee problems.
And then when he gets outside the pocket, he doesn't throw accurately, but he doesn't run for many yards.
It's Whitey that's catching it here now.
I think it's most quarterbacks are mobile.
But Annabelle said we got a break. Okay.
But most quarterbacks are mobile now.
Abs, I'm just kidding. Abs.
Think about this. Most quarterbacks are mobile. You play 7 on 7.
Yes.
They don't. You know who's in trouble? Anybody that's a statue quarterback, black, white, Hispanic. I haven't seen a lot of Hispanic. NFL quarterbacks.
I gotta take up for Whitey now because.
Well, this isn't a plight of a white quarterback. If you're a statue, you're going to have a hard time playing in the NFL, and you're going to have a hard time. Like how many pocket? You're right. How many pocket passers? There's not. Joe Burrow's kind of one. He wins from the pocket.
Joe Burrow could run. Joe Burrow ran a lot in college.
Could, but he prefers to win.
Yeah, no, right. Now, and he's got knee injuries too. So, and he ain't for who? For what?
Listen, the Troy Aikmans of the world, you don't see a lot of those guys anymore.
Yeah. Nope. All right, we got to break it. Time to talk about your backyard. Got to talk about whether or not your backyard is what you want it. Oh, is it? And listen, if you've got a lot of space, man, you want to talk about what Hogue Landscape Services can do. Hogue Landscape Services, it's not just cutting the yard, trimming, doing all that. Of course, they do that too. But they take care of now. It's all service, okay? When you use Hogue Landscape Service, it is they're taking care of your trees, they're taking care of your flowers, they're taking care of everything. It is extensive what they do on a weekly basis for homes. But what they want to concentrate on now is putting in that pickleball court for you, putting in that basketball court for you, putting that pool in, putting that outdoor kitchen in, putting a cabana in, the fire pit. You can have it all. And they are exterior designers. It's not just we're going to throw a pool in here. We're going to design a backyard that is going to be that's the sweetest backyard that you can possibly have. You want your TVs out there. You want your setup. You want your I hate man cave, but you want to have the place, you're outside where you can sit, watch games in the pool while you're cooking, while the kids are playing pickleball, basketball. I mean, you got it all. Putting greens, what? You're looking for the best way to get that outdoor looking great. There's one way to go. Hogue, HOGUELS.com, HogueLS.com.
Hey, I want to talk about Aqueduct Plumbing Company because if you've got an issue with your plumbing like John has all the time, he's got something to have to come rescue him and save him all the time. Like,
again,
here they come. Here comes Aqueduct to John's house. Can anyone else get service? Or are you just having them come do everything?
Basically, they have an office now at my house.
They do. They had one at my house for a while when I had to have the repiping done. It was somebody else had done it previously, but they didn't grade it properly. It means the pipes weren't slanted properly, and so it was bellying up. It was backing up, and it was causing a problem in the sink. And so they had to go in and just tear up under the yard and get these things, get them fixed, get it done the right way, and that's what they do. I mean, big jobs, but also small jobs, leaky faucets, things like that, where you have a lack of hot water, maybe you want to go tankless water heater, they can do that. They can handle all your remodeling as well, so you don't have a subcontractor working in there. They can be a direct hire for you, save you some money. It's aqueductplumbingcompany.com. That's aqueductplumbingcompany.com.
All right, welcome back here on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5, 97.9 HD2, the best way to listen. I mean, crinkle-free, 97.9 HD2. Who's next up? It looks like it is Julian. Juliano, ¿qué pasó?
What's going on, gentlemen? Good morning. Good morning.
How we doing?
So I rebutted Jacobo last time he called in when he was talking about Deshaun, and I broke up his little silly argument. But now he's talking about Russell. So let's be real. Russell had a decent year last year, right? And they still cut him. Like you said, they're eating $74 million because they don't want him. On top of that, Justin Fields. He's a top-of-the-line backup, maybe a starter, but I don't believe it. And they still had a quarterback battle. And guess who the head coach of the Steelers is? A black man. I guess he's racist, too, and he only wants a white quarterback. Y'all have a good day.
Well,
I just can't. Honestly,
there's 2 black quarterbacks that are vying for the spot. Whitey's not involved in this. Why are we, what?
It's just so weird to me to hear. So my favorite quarterbacks growing up were black quarterbacks. My dad was a coach at University of Houston. They ran option. It was black quarterbacks. And one of the things, and it was, and there was some racist stuff going on.
That's why I ran the option really well.
And my parents told me, my dad told me early on, and my mom told me, hey, you may hear some things at school. People are kind of, they had, because Houston had a lot of black players on it, which was a big deal in the Southwest Conference back then when I was a kid. When they came into the conference, they said, you may hear some nasty names, this, that, or the other. And not many quarterbacks in the conference were black at the time, and they ran option. And so that was my favorite. Warren Moon, growing up, was my favorite with the Oilers. But that's why it's weird for me. My favorite players were always black. Lewis Lloyd. I had weird ones.
Yeah.
Akeem was my favorite. But I had off-brand, and I love Clyde, all Phi Slamma Jamma, but I love Benny Anders on the Phi Slamma Jamma team. Benny
all
was
of us. My favorite player, Dick Allen, growing up.
Yeah, but
Walter Payton.
Yeah, but did you have any off-brand guys? Like, my guys are always in trouble. Say Sarge Daniel's Dominican, but my guys always had criminal or drug activity.
Yeah.
Like Lewis Lloyd suspended for cocaine. Cesar Cedeno shot and killed a woman accidentally.
Yeah. Well, I had Quentin Daly growing up. He was a druggie.
Yeah.
But that wasn't, no. I didn't have any, I didn't idolize drug addicts like you did.
Well, I didn't. They weren't on coke they probably were in the 80s, but
yeah.
That's why it's so weird but I'm also not black, so I understand the thing with black quarterbacks is a great sense of pride
I've got a sensitivity towards it.
But at this point, like, we have so many black quarterbacks.
Right.
I just want my quarterback. Like, I honestly don't.
Why are we talking about this again? Why?
Because he brought up
backup quarterback. Chad wants to talk. Okay. What's up, Chad?
Hey, good morning, guys. I have a question for Lance to see how good of a draft expert he is.
Okay.
My Jayhawks are playing tonight, and is their backup quarterback? If he has to play, is he any good? Does Lance know?
He's not bad. He got 3 starts last year. I think 3. It was either 2 or 3 last year, and he got better as the season went on. So he's talking about Cole Ballard. Chris Ballard's son was a walk-on there and then got a scholarship, and so he's the backup. Jason Bean, former KU Jayhawk, made the practice squad for Indianapolis. The quarterback they have, the starter though, Jalen Daniels is really
Jalen's really good, but he's never on the field.
Yeah,
I love Jalen Daniels. He's never on the field. I thought he was going to win a Heisman last year.
Yeah, you
can't stay on the field.
Him. But that dude's talented though.
He really is.
But no, Cole Ballard is a tough guy, and he's got good size, and so I know who the backup is.
Well, that's a big difference from Jalen then. Can he move? Can Cole move? Or is he's a
No, Cole can move.
Yeah.
He's not a speedy guy. Like, Cole could have been a third. He was a really good baseball player too. He just loved football, so he wanted to play football. He's like 6'3", 220 pounds.
Wow.
He's
That's
not
big dude.
The mom was a college basketball player.
Big dude.
And what do you say? Where does the size always come from?
The mom. Oh, yeah. It's always the dough. It ain't the buck. It's the dough.
Chris Ballard was a 100-meter sprinter at Texas City, and the mom was a average 16 a game as a college basketball player.
Oh, yeah.
But the mom's like 5'11".
Oh, that's where he gets started.
Yeah.
JT gets it from my wife's side.
Yeah.
We don't have any. My dad was 5'7".
Well, my Mason gets, like, it's not my mom. Mason is my uncles are 6'4" and 6'5". Yeah. Mason's 6'3" now.
John Ooh, my father-in-law, is a big dude, and her brothers are big dudes. Longhorn Keith wants to talk a little college football. What do you say, Longhorn Keith?
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
What's up, Keith?
Keith, I got a question for you. So Landry Locker was in here, and he's a diehard Longhorn fan, and he's not convinced that this is the team this year. What's your expectations for this Longhorn team?
Yeah, 9-3, and I agree with him. I heard that whole conversation, and one of the things that I've said this before, like, and Lance, you know this. I am not sold on Quinn Ewers as much as everybody likes to write him up and things like. And this year's a proven year. I don't believe he's gonna. I don't believe he can go a whole year without being injured. I don't believe that he is a guy that reads defense as well. And Lance, you can speak to this better than any of us can because you write up.
I'm with you. I'm with you too. I'm not a. Yeah. Quinn Ewers hasn't gotten a whole lot better to me. He's arm talent guy who makes some bad decisions, and I got questions.
Yeah, so from that standpoint, the reason why I say 9-3, I think people are sleeping on Texas A&M. I really do, and I hate to say that, but it's the reality. I also think that the Georgia game is going to be a tough game, even though it's at home. And there's a loss in there somewhere between the Michigan game and where, depending on how well we play defensively, and again whether Quinn Ewers can read the defense, complete a pass. Nonetheless, I'm still excited about this year. I'll be at the Big House September 7th. Super excited about the year. I'm more concerned with because I like the progression that Sark is making. I'm just ready for Ewers to be off campus, man, because we've got a lot of talent around him. Even with two backs going down, I like the talent around him. I'm just not convinced that he's the guy.
I'm not either. And to this point, I wonder if we could see Arch Manning at any point of the year, because Sark doesn't have to play favorites to anybody right now. We already know that, Quinn's out of there. So if I'm Sark, I do everything it takes to have the best quarterback playing. Now, Arch hasn't played a whole lot of college football, meaningful college football. And don't get me wrong, there are times Quinn Ewers looks really good. There are times, but I just didn't think, what I thought was missing, John, last year? When I thought that was a low football IQ move on that chance to win the game, where you saw the coverage was that far off. To me, that's one where he's looking to fire that as a quick stop route at the goal line. That's a touchdown. That's where the wide receiver, A.D. Mitchell, and the quarterback need to be on the same. And I'm not sure A.D. Mitchell's on that page either. But the things that bother me is after he got hurt, I don't think he came back with the same. The arm strength just doesn't seem the same to me with Quinn Ewers. I thought in that Alabama game, I went to the Alabama game where he got hurt, and I thought, ooh, man.
Nice.
Quinn looks good. And then I don't know. I don't see as much zip as I thought I was going to see on the football.
Yeah. It was his throwing shoulder, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
That might be. That absolutely will have an effect. 8-4. We'll see if he can do it this year. We'll find out. I don't know that he throws Arch out there, and if they're losing a game, if he goes, okay, we got to go to Arch here. I don't think he does that. I don't. I think he's all in on Quinn Ewers this year. But you got a little leeway now. You can lose a game or two I
like Texas this year. I think Texas. I mean, to me, it's not about Quinn. My big concern, Quinn can be a really good college quarterback, and we'll see in pros. But to me, it's just about Quinn not giving the ball away, and then also showing up like the Oklahoma State game he had a couple years ago, where he plays really well. It was terrible.
Awful.
It was terrible. You can't throw those in.
That was a couple of years ago.
In the SEC, though, you'll get bleeped up.
Yeah. You'll get bleeped up if you don't go to this F1 race.
You will. Well,
if you go, you could get bleeped up too.
No, you can't. You can have a good time.
They don't have cocktails there?
Is what you're going. Well, I mean, you might be able to find something. Yeah, I don't know. You got to go to Discovery Green to find out for yourself. I do know this much. I do know that F1 Racing is coming to Houston. They've got an exhibition pop-up that is coming, and this event is free, and it's for all ages. All ages can come out, and you can experience the Red Bull show run. This is going to be really cool. These F1 cars are not racing each other on the course, but they are going to be driving quickly. You're gonna see them in action, and you're going to feel the power and the excitement of the show run. And this is going to be really, really cool. because Red Bull on September 7th at Discovery Green are bringing these F1 cars, and they're going to have a DJ booth where you can spin records as well. They have driving simulators so you can see what it's like to be behind the wheel of an F1. There's going to be picture opportunities with these vehicles, food trucks, and much, much more. And the great thing, as I said, September 7th, Discovery Green, it's free. There's no tickets available, and it's available to everyone of all ages. So if you want more information about this, go to redbull.com/showrun Houston. But if you love cars, if you love F1, if you've really started getting into it, do not miss this opportunity. redbull.com/showrun Houston.
All right, John Chill joins us in about 10 minutes here on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Going to give you some winners for the weekend as the college football season is here, as we check in with the man from the Golden Nugget. That happens every week at 9 o'clock right here. 5-star tomorrow to give out some winners, okay? It's here. Football season is back, everybody. How much fun is that? It can't be any better than when football season gets here. Here we go. David.
Well, it's really good because the Astros appear to be headed.
No,
I don't want to jinx, but they're going to the playoffs. We're going to have football and playoff baseball at the same time. How good is that?
And championship baseball.
That's really good. Like excited. I'm excited for football. I'm excited. I mean, the Astros have me excited now.
Yeah,
I will take it to another level when Kyle Tucker gets back and hits his first.
It will be. Let's get
and if Dana Brown lies to us,
David in here. Hey, David.
Hello, first time, long time gentleman, and I've been wondering about this because that guy that called in, I saw something where he's pretty much your smartest and one of your highly educated listeners, I think his name is Jackie Goss, said that it kind of kills the vibe. That guy had no real point, It's just sitting there rambling on. And while I know you guys allow fake callers and stuff, which not my deal, but that kind of deal just really ruins it for others because it made no point. Lance was trying to get in and talk to him about it, and he wouldn't even make a valid point.
Yeah.
It's just kind of crazy, guys do that. But
yeah.
Anyway, I enjoy the show.
David,
thanks,
David. David, are you a black caller? Are you African American, David?
I mean, in today's world, can't I identify as who I want to be?
Yeah, you can. I mean,
so
know if it works.
Community guy. I'm a community guy.
I know.
Community guy.
I am too. Yeah, I'm in the community. I'm in
lots of communities.
I'm in the Asian community with you.
He lived next door
Abigail.
to somebody Asian, Abigail, so he claims that he's kind of Asian.
I'm Jewish. I lived in Bel Air. I'm
my wife's Hispanic. My kids are Hispanic.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yes.
No,
there
you
it
can
is.
check that box.
Community guy.
Community. All right.
Now you do know that it's not like your wife went to LSU, so you're an LSU guy.
I am
you know,
an
it's
LSU
not.
guy.
It's not like that with race, right?
Right. My daughter went
Like
there.
David-
I paid for LSU.
David, you can't-
I'm an LSU guy.
David, you can't check Hispanic box.
Yes, he can. His wife's
Okay.
Hispanic.
Okay, yo hablo español.
Sí, habla bien
Pero no, pero es no bueno
Sí,
por usted.
Lo siento, mijo. Yo hablo español poquito más o menos. ¿Tú hablas rápido? No entiendo.
No.
Pero hablo despacio? Sí.
Ay, qué
Sí,
bueno.
okay,
Ah,
I
está
guess
bien.
you can check
I
the
mean,
box.
habla.
He said, "I can't understand you if you speak too fast, but if you speak slow,
Right.
I can understand you."
That's right. Well, we understand.
Gracias muchísimas, señoritos.
So you're in the
Señorita.
Hasta buen
community.
día.
You're in the community.
No,
Me and you both.
not,
David.
it's not how that works.
Do I speak Spanish?
You
Did I
don't-
live in Spain? Yes,
Yes.
I'm Spanish. Bing. Bingo. Bing, bing, bing. Did I live in Colorado? Yes, I'm a Coloradan. Okay.
Are you? Well, your nickname is Johnny Wood now.
I'm Johnny Wood. Okay. I'm just a chameleon. I'm a man of the people.
You are a chameleon.
I'm a man of the people.
You will fit in wherever you are.
That's it.
I've seen you once wear a Longhorn shirt when you were at a Longhorn game.
Ooh, that happened?
Yes, you did.
I did?
You wore a Longhorn shirt at a Longhorn
I
game.
did.
You were doing horns up with Longhorn Bob in that
In the suite?
box in the
Oh,
suite.
yeah, well,
You're like the eyes of Texas. I'm like, this is pathetic.
If you give me a suite, I'll be a fan of your team.
I know you will.
Get me in the
you
suite.
got horns up and you're singing the song.
That's what I am, man of the people.
Remember at Aggie Land when we were sawing?
I was sawing the
Yeah.
Varsity's horns. You ever saw Varsity's horns off, Abigail?
Are you talking about Aggies?
Yeah.
Where they sway back.
Yeah,
and
all
forth?
three of my brothers go there.
They do?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and my brother just graduated high school and he goes to A&M Galveston and then
Yeah.
transferred to college.
Oh,
There you go.
nice. You're an A&M family.
Yeah, and then my cousin's on their soccer team.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where did you go to school?
I went to UH.
You went to U of H?
She's a Coug.
Coug.
They're Aggies.
Does it really mean that?
Hey, why are
it's-
you
it's
doing the
F,
finger?
What was the finger
F,
for?
Texas?
Yeah.
That's
No.
what the Coug sign is.
It doesn't mean
The middle
that.
finger and then the Longhorns. So it's actually bing bing, right? Isn't that what it means?
Yeah, but I just do one. I just do one
Do
of the
it one
hand
at a time.
signals.
You do it at the same time, but you can do this, right? You can do that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right?
you can.
Yeah, and if you do horns down, you're a bad person. though. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's sign language for something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a bad sign language?
Yeah.
thing? Oh, it is.
What is it?
Well, I mean, I can't say it on the
It's
radio.
a bad language.
It's
It's bad
cool.
language.
It's bad. It's
If that's
so if I
bad
do
sign
this to a
language.
deaf person, if I do horns down, then what? What am I saying?
It's
You're
not
just
good.
saying like BS.
Oh, BS. Oh, it's BS.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know full sign language?
I
Or
knew
enough.
a little bit, not terrible.
But not if
Yeah.
you sign too fast. It's like David with his Spanish.
Exactly.
It's like you sign too fast. I don't know what you're saying. All right.
Mark Foster, who's a longtime listener who's black, he says, if a white quarterback gets us 6 Super Bowls, he can wear a KKK hood under his helmet. I don't care. If a black quarterback gets us 6 Super Bowls, he can be a black Muslim giving away bean pies on MLK. I don't care. Just win. I'm not going to go that far. You can't wear a KKK hood.
6 Super Bowls?
That's a lot of Super Bowls.
6 Super Bowls is a lot.
That's a lot of Super Bowls.
Listen, we got John Chill on the other side. Right now, we got John Daspit.
John Daspit is anytime that you need help with injuries. So you got an injury, and the first thing you think of is, what do I do now? You know, well, you're hurting let's say it's an auto accident. The last thing you're thinking about is, well, I better get out of my car and exchange insurance. No, you've got other things. You're running into the side of a concrete barrier by an 18-wheeler. You're hit, you're T-boned and run into one of those wooden electrical poles that we have. I mean, my gosh. And then the airbag exploded, hit you in the face, broken nose, whatever the case may be. You got a leg that's broken. the last thing you're thinking about is, well, I better exchange insurance. No, you're going to have an emergency. You're going to have an ambulance come out. They're going to check you out. They're going to take you to the hospital. There's a big bill. You got hospital stay. There's a big bill. You've got all. John Daspa says, look, relax. I'm going to take care of it all. When you have to go to the hospital and get looked at, John Daspa says, go ahead and do it. Let's get everything looked at. We got to make sure we find out what's going on, because we're going to go after the insurance company because someone else is negligent, and we're going to make sure that you get taken care of. Your bills are going to be paid. Your time missed from work is going to be paid. Your pain and suffering is going to be accounted for. John Daspa fights for your rights. He is going to passionately pursue justice for the injured. That's what he does. It's what he's great at, and there's a reason he's the biggest in the city of Houston, and he has offices around the state of Texas because he gets it done. 713-CALL-NOW. That's 713-CALL-NOW, or go to daspitlaw.com.
All right, welcome back here on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. John Chill, CFO, Golden Nugget. I got to tell you, John, Lance was visibly upset this morning. He was like, hey, the football season is here, and we're not even at the Golden Nugget. What is up with that?
Yeah.
How is that? How did that happen?
Every year we have, well, not every year, maybe the last 2 years.
The last couple of years, we start the football season there.
Yeah.
And where are we this year?
We're getting our food, watching Sunday night football games.
Yeah. Well,
remember Sunday night?
This is on you, John.
Well, you know what? You guys are welcome to come down. I will open the doors for you, and we could sit there on a Sunday night and watch the games.
Well, they give us a really nice room too.
Yeah.
I mean, we get a really, really nice room. We get to stay there.
The rooms are the rooms are nice. There's no question. The rooms are nice. The food is nice. Everything is nice at the Golden Nugget. My boys are coming this weekend to do their fantasy draft. And listen, you guys have got to do that next year. Get all your players together. They're spending the weekend there. They're doing it in the cabana at the pool. They're going to do their draft. They're going to play golf Saturday. Houston and his boys, his fantasy league, they're all going there this weekend with the wives and having a big weekend at the Golden Nugget. It's great. That's the way to do it.
It's like utopia. I mean, what can you ask for? You know, you got football starting up this week. You got cabanas, you got the pool, and then you go over to DraftKings and make some money there, and go over to Blue at the end of the night. So finish it off.
So how many weeks of the football season does it take to catch up to the whole off season, the handle on the whole off season?
I would probably estimate September's our huge month. I would say it probably makes up probably 70-80%, and then it takes about a month.
About a month to make up for the entire offseason. Yeah. That's how much we love betting on football.
Yes. Yep.
And so give me some places. Who's loving under-overs? Who's loving making playoffs? What teams are hot right now at DraftKings?
Yeah, it was interesting. We're seeing more action just overall in the college playoffs. I think since they expanded it to 12, I was running the numbers, and it's interesting. We're like tenfold more than we were last year as far as future bets on playoffs and, who's going to make the playoffs. There isn't really one team. It's just a lot of action on different teams. A lot of people are taking flyers and some of the favorites like Alabama and Ohio State and all that. But yeah, we're definitely seeing a lot of action on the future bets. And it's interesting. I took Boise State, as a flyer to make the top 12. Utah's been on my radar. They're I think they're down to 2-1. I got them at like plus 250 a couple weeks ago. So we're definitely seeing a lot of action on future bets in college, which is interesting. Like I said, it's like tenfold. So it's interesting to see that to go through. But as we get into the season, week 0 was last week. It's the big week that we open up with. We're seeing some action on Colorado, North Dakota State. Interesting matchup, to see. And we're seeing, everybody likes Colorado, and so we're seeing a lot of money on that end, and going, a lot of over-under money there as well. So as we open up with I guess that's the big game for Thursday, the highlight game. But for me, it's kind of a stay away. I was told once by a sharp guy, never bet against the Dakotas. So,
yeah, I mean,
if you're going to bet a Dakota, bet with them. Don't bet against them. So I kind of like the 9.5 points.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get that. I would think that the sharp money is absolutely going to be on North Dakota State in this one.
Yeah. I think, Colorado's got the fly. They got Sanders and Hunter, but I think North Dakota is just all-around better team.
Over under 60.
It'll be interesting to see.
I'm sure you're getting over action, but it is interesting. I'm struggling with this one because if Colorado isn't as good this year, we still can see them put up the big numbers. Like they're probably going to have a little bit of a chip on the shoulder. There's been a lot of stuff going on with Deion Sanders in Colorado for quite a while in the offseason. They're going to have a chip on their shoulder. You can have the biggest chip on your shoulder you want, but North Dakota State is consistently, unbelievably well coached and disciplined. So, yeah, I would say, I'm wondering if this is one of those games where Colorado says, hey, we got to come out with fire in our eyes and make a statement early on like they did last year with TCU, or if it's not going to matter because North Dakota State is just always a really good team on that level, and 9.5 is too much. I mean, it feels like this number should be closer to maybe 7.5.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yep. So, other picks I have, kind of the theme I'm going with this week with picks, looking at last week, I think the transfer portal has just changed the way you look at games the last couple of years. I think you're starting to see even if it's a big name and a transfer that it takes a week or two to adjust to the system. There's no preseason games, and you're seeing that a little bit. So I kind of like Utah tonight. You got I think 6 or 7 year starter in Utah minus 38. Their defense is solid. I'm high on Utah, I think, for the season to win the Big 12 and, make the playoffs. So I kind of like them at 38. And then NC State today at 32.5. Those are my plays today.
There's some huge numbers.
Yeah, there always is the first week.
Yep.
You like giving? I'm not crazy about giving all in points.
Yeah, opening week, like I said, I like Utah, as far as their defense, they're returning like 15 starters. I don't, like I said, with the the new rule changes with the transfer portal, I don't like the big numbers as much. I was looking at Ohio State. I mean, they're usually good to, win 55-0, but do they need to win big this year due to the 12-team playoff? So you got to see if they're going to run up the score, or are they okay winning 42-7, and because that factored in in the prior years, how bad they beat these teams, and so it'll be interesting to see what the big schools do here with these big numbers. But so those are the ones I like. this for Thursday. Friday, I really love Michigan State. Minus 14. They got a new offensive coordinator from Oregon State. He brought over his top recruit as a quarterback. They're bringing back their leading rusher and receiver. Against Florida Atlantic, and a returning 15 starter. So I kind of like Michigan State for
it's a good call.
Friday. And Saturday, I'm going with the theme, Iowa minus 22. A little bit high. Iowa can't score, but they changed their coordinator. They got a senior quarterback. Just hope they could put points on the board because they're going to probably only give up 7 points. So against Illinois State. So those are kind of the picks there. The big game, Notre Dame A&M, that'll be interesting. Notre Dame +3. I kind of lean towards A&M. I know everybody's liking Notre Dame, and we're seeing it here a little bit. I'm kind of leaning A&M on that one, and I think, there's been a lot of expectations the last couple for A&M, and it's been disappointing, but I think this might be the year for A&M that, they win that game. So, and then Sunday, that's just going to be a fun game. I got to become an LSU fan. My daughter's there, so I learned to get on the LSU bandwagon at -4, and I like the over in that game. I just think it's going to be a shootout at 64. I just think that's just going to Vegas. You get away from home team or home field advantage, and a lot of those games become shootouts. And so I lean the over right there as well. So it'll be interesting. Like I said, the week starting out. I used to play bigger in the beginning of the season. Used to know who was, like I was saying in the beginning, you knew who the players were. If they were freshmen, they became, sophomores by the end of the season. And they knew the system, but I think the transfer portal has just changed the way I look at the beginning of the season. So,
yeah. No, absolutely. Oklahoma State is playing South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits. 9.5 is all they're giving them. And you know what? I like South Dakota State in that one.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, you're right. Don't bet against the Dakotas. They are. That's some good football programs up there. Really.
Two of them that really interest me on the college front is I'm really interested to see what Georgia Tech does coming back from Ireland. So they're coming back from Ireland. I can imagine clearly they didn't do anything on Sunday on the comeback. My guess is Monday they were trying to get acclimated. They may not have gotten back into action until maybe Tuesday from a practice standpoint. You had a huge win. You're a 3-touchdown favorite now. It's a natural letdown. These are these plays when I used to handicap for a living. You don't worry about the points, but I was told a long time ago, sometimes you let the line makers do their job and you just play spots. And this is one where you just say, I'm playing the other side because it's a spot.
No, I agree. It could be a big letdown week. The long travel, big win. I agree. Given 21 points, some in-state game against Georgia State. So, but yeah, I'm with you. So you just got to play the letdown games, and then it's the reversal in Florida State. Do they have a chip on their shoulder to try to stay within the playoff hunt here and redeem themselves as well. So
we don't usually see having to come back from Europe to play a game, right? That travel.
That's not often we see that. Not in college.
Not in college, no. We see it in the pros, but we don't see it in college. So that'll be interesting. And everybody's been patting them on the back, and they're feeling great about themselves after going there and beating Florida State. I like. Now it's a new staff and everything over at Georgia State, so it'll be interesting to see. Although the last staff wasn't all that great, they didn't finish it last year, but it's a good program. Georgia State's been a good program for a while. We'll just find out. We'll find out whether or not they got any football players because Georgia Tech has some football players.
Yeah, they do. They were solid on both sides of the ball. Kind of look at it at a betting perspective. I knew after about 3 series that Georgia Tech was going to hang in there. So. It's nice to have that feature with live bets, to come down here. And I knew Florida State didn't look good in the first quarter, and probably Georgia Tech, you get them early, and I think they were still plus 180 at the end of the first quarter. So, Georgia Tech's solid. They're on both sides of the ball. They look good. So I just think you guys are right. DJ is just not the quarterback.
Oh, no.
He's just bad.
No. Yeah, you were on the Florida State side before the game.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
But keep an eye,
I don't
though.
like DJ.
But see, they had a defensive line. It's 3 portal guys, and it may take a little bit for everyone to get on the same page. See, I think people are going to write off Florida State real quick, and all of a sudden, I think they're going to be especially if they don't play great this week. All of a sudden, they're going to be a value pick down the road. Yeah. So keep an eye on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of teams that struggle early, and going back to the transfer, they might look a lot different 5-6 weeks from now.
They got a chance to look different against Bill O'Brien's debut at Boston College on Monday night. So we'll find out whether or not we'll find out what Bill O'Brien has in store for DJ on that night, and then Sunday night we got a whole weekend, baby, all day Saturday, and then Sunday and Monday as well, Monday night as well. So we've got a lot of fun coming up here as we get it started. Anything else that you wanted to touch on before we go?
No, I think that's it. I think, we got Labor Day weekend and, college football, we're ready to go, and it's going to be a good weekend here. And, we'll see what happens. Then we got the NFL next Thursday. We'll start talking some NFL and see where we're at.
That's right. Yeah, you'll be on that Thursday. We give a winner for that opener on Thursday night. That's John Chill, CFO, Golden Nugget Lake Charles, with us every week talking about the DraftKings Sportsbook. John, we appreciate it, man.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. See you, John. See you later.
Too. Right. That's it, John Chill, and it's where we love to go, the DraftKings, that sports book. If you're looking for a crowd, now this is the time to go there, and this is the time to make your reservations, though, because if you don't make a reservation in the DraftKings Sportsbook on a Saturday or a Sunday, you just ain't getting in. So let's go. Get on over to GoldenNuggetLC.com, GoldenNuggetLC.com, and check out all of the stuff that they got going. If you've never been to the Golden Nugget, if you're an enthusiast, a casino enthusiast, if you love to gamble, if you love to play, you got the casino there, obviously. But you got nightclub, the Blue Martini, which is awesome. You got 11 or 12 restaurants, beautiful seafood restaurant and steak and Vic and Anthony's and Italian and everything you could possibly want. Asian, all the food, different types of foods that you could possibly want. You've got a pool. You've got a golf course. I mean, what more? A beautiful hotel. It's like you're in Vegas, only you're only driving 2 hours down the road. I mean, it doesn't make any sense flying all the way to Las Vegas when you got this right here. It's right here. It's just right here. It can't be better. So you're looking for a great place to play and have some fun. The Golden Nugget Lake Charles. GoldenNuggetLC.com. GoldenNuggetLC.com. All right, 920 ESPN 97.5 and 92.5, 713-780-3776 if you want to get in here. We haven't touched on the Astros in quite a while. Had a no-hitter into the 8th inning. And if it wasn't for Alex Bregman getting hit by that pitch in the head, getting pulled, and Shea Whitcomb coming in and playing third, Bregman would have absolutely had that ball. Whitcomb missed it. It goes to deep short. He throws to first, and he doesn't get the runner, and then he gave up another hit. But he's possibly got the no-hitter if Alex Bregman doesn't get hit. We were talking about it, watching that. Jordan stared down the pitcher after he threw one at his knee. First of all, the first pitch was at his feet. The second one came inside as well, and Jordan gave him a look, and then Jordan next pitch took him deep.
There was something crazy about Jordan's home runs where it was like he had that little, and it was almost like he was hitting off a tee.
Yeah, right.
He had his little mechanism in place, his timing mechanism where he dropped the hands and go, and then lift. And the first home run was a bleeder to the left.
Yeah.
He just bled it over. The next two were shots.
Yes.
The next two were shots. I mean, they weren't monsters.
No, but center field
they were
is a
right
long
center
way.
and center field.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a long, long way. Jordan was pissed. Now, the question was, Arrighetti with a no-hitter going, does he send a message back to Philadelphia after throwing at what Jordan appeared to be a little bit upset about, throwing as inside as they were, and then the very next pitch to Bregman hits him in the head? Should Arrighetti have retaliated with a no-hitter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a big lead.
We don't do that, though. We don't do that.
I wouldn't mind if we did. If you think it's intentional.
No, but that's been a long time.
If you think it's intentional.
If you think it's Jordan was
Lance McCullers would, and he's the new Lance McCullers.
He is the new Lance McCullers.
He's got his hair and everything.
Yeah. I don't think it's as nicely maintained as Lance's.
Well, no, Lance's.
There's
a little, even when it was long.
A nice.
Well, he's got it shorter now, but yeah.
And, yeah.
Well, not when he was long-haired guy.
Yeah, he did. He still had it.
You thought he had it edged up a little
looked like
bit?
a werewolf. He had. He did.
A what?
He had.
What do you mean a werewolf?
Nice cut. I mean, he always had a nice part.
Kind of
and
lined
it was
up.
Edged. Yeah.
Oh wait, when he had his long hair?
Yeah.
No, I never noticed that.
Yes. He was always wonderfully coiffed. But if that's, I don't know if that's how the way you're supposed to say it.
Yeah, you're allowed to say it.
But anyway, so to end the 7th inning, Mauricio Dubon, after running into the wall the other night, how about the catch that he made to save the no-hitter? Here's Dubon talking about the catch.
I'm like, why they're cheering for? And then next thing I know, I see a 1 on the column. I'm like, oh my goodness. That's good.
Did you see Spencer's reaction on the catch?
I did. I did. You know, going out there and try to make plays for the guys. You know, that's why I'm out there.
A couple times on this road trip. This one didn't hurt us bad.
I didn't have to come off the field, but no, every game is winning.
They got to get the mic closer.
Trying to take advantage of everything, and just trying to make part in offense and defense.
Yeah, you got to cut that off. Yeah, I don't know what he said. I think he was speaking Honduran.
No, he was speaking English.
He was?
Yeah.
I didn't understand it.
Yeah, it was just quiet.
The microphone needs to be closer.
He was very quiet,
Yeah.
Is he Dubon or prime Aledmus Diaz?
He's better than Diaz was.
Yes, as an Astro. Dubon or Marwin? Marwin had some sweet trash can bangs. His trash can year was special. Yeah.
Marwin turned into he got a little ways to go to catch Marwin.
Really?
Wait, Marwin came up with a home run in the World Series.
But man, Dubon plays multiple positions. Like
you go down 0-2
defensively.
If not for Marwin, you go down 0-2. It's always you don't win that series.
Marwin was only a trash can guy.
I know, but
okay, Dubon or Chris Spires?
Billy Spires.
Bill Spires. Yeah. Chris Spires was Expos, right?
He was a pitcher.
No, Chris Byers was.
Chris Byers was a shortstop for the Giants.
Was he short or third? I think Chris Byers was, and I thought he played for the Expos.
He was a Giant. I know that. There was a Chris Byers pitcher too, I believe. Anyway, no, Billy Spires. Billy Spires did have the game.
Well, yeah, he was a Giant.
He was a Giant. Billy Spires had the game winner against San Diego in Game 2 in '98. The only game the Astros won. Billy Spires walked it off.
No. Bill Spires is still ahead of
Dubon.
Is still ahead of Dubon, but Dubon's in that category where we're talking about. Like, I'm a big fan. I've seen him get some. So have you seen him get some big hits? He's a guy who can get you a two-strike, 2-out hit in a key situation over the second half of the season. Yeah. We've seen him drive some runs in that way. He covers a lot of territory in the outfield, center field, left field. He can play multiple spots infield. Like, I'm a big fan of Mauricio Dubon.
Yeah.
And I know we joke and say he's French, but
he's the only Frenchie I like.
Yeah.
I don't know any other French people that I like. Do you?
So he's Honduran, but he's also kind of French. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Dubon.
Yeah, Marcel Dubon.
Yeah, Mauricio, but the French call him Marcel. Sure.
That's what the French call him.
Sure.
Right. I'm a big fan too. I really like. I before the season started, stop treating him like Aledmus Diaz. Get him. He's got to be out there every day, and especially now he's got to be out there every day with this lineup.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And
Chaz, hey, I felt good about Chaz. Chaz homered to straightaway center field, right where he made the jump up, and he made the catch, and then he was sent down after the game. Yeah, then he was put down.
Then his fish.
He wasn't.
He was sent down, not put down.
He was.
That was a good going away present for him.
It was,
because he won't be on any playoff rosters this year.
No, and that's a shame. I mean, I hate to see that for Chaz. Everybody loves the Chomp.
I hate to see it for the Chomp. I love to see it for the Astros' chances.
Well, now you got a guy. You're giving up a guy who's hitting 198, and you bring in a guy who's hitting 206.
Yeah.
So
it's an improvement.
Marginal.
I mean, on paper,
it's marginal.
On paper, it is.
He is a good outfield, though. Jason Hayward.
Although the Chopper's
nice
faster.
Outfield. So we'll see. We'll see if he plays tonight. Let's go. Put him in there. As soon as you get the guy, put him in. Let's go. We'll see if Jason Hayward is in the lineup. Did they even sign him yet? I know it was a report, but we haven't seen the actual the Astros announced that they've got him. I'm not sure. Maybe they have. Maybe they haven't. Who cares? Chaz is gone. It looks like we're good. No. All right. 713-780-3776. Our final segment before News of the Weird. We got some good stuff too going on. We got some good News of the Weird going on today, so you don't want to miss that. Right now, though, we are talking. Oh, we got to. What about our giveaway? You want to do that now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So at exactly 9:35, you call in, and we got 2 tickets to the U of H game to give away. So let's do that at 9:35. You, those of you that are want to go to the game, it's only, you can get tickets for $15. If you don't win the tickets, the 2 tickets to go to the game on Saturday night, you can actually just buy tickets. UHCougars.com or 713-GO-COUGS. So we're going to do it at 9:35. 2 tickets to the fourth caller. That's 713-780-3776. But wait till your phone hits 9:35 exactly for you to call in for those tickets. I'm talking right now about MyBookie. This is the time, baby. We got the games coming up. We just had John Chill on talking about it. Where are you going to bet on it? If you can't get to DraftKings Sportsbook in Lake Charles, that's okay. You got it right on your computer. You got it right on your phone. You got it. MyBookie.ag, promo code BET975. Doesn't get any easier. Doesn't get any better. You get a welcome bonus. You know what your local bookie isn't doing? Giving you a local bonus for signing up. Here, let me give you free money to play with. Nope, he ain't doing that. But you know what they're doing at MyBookie? That's what they're doing. They're giving you money to play with, even though you don't deserve it. It's not your money, okay? You make your initial deposit, and then a percentage of that, they are going to bonus you to play, okay? So you're looking for the best way to play when to get paid. You're looking for all the odds. You're looking for live in-game action. You're looking for not only football, but other stuff as well. You got it all. You want casino? You got it. Right there at your laptop. MyBookie.ag, promo code BET975. All right, welcome back here, ESPN 97.5 and 92.5, 737-803-3776. If you want to get in quickly before we call it a day, we had a lot of discussion about if black quarterbacks can play. Okay, so that was a big topic of the show today. And we found that they really could.
That wasn't even the discussion.
Whitey's
it was
taking the
basically,
L here.
Whitey's done.
Whitey's.
You're going to be phased out. What? I don't.
We kind of are.
I like
Whitey
my
is
black
kinda-
quarterback. You don't get to claim him.
Well, no.
I am a bigger C.J. Stroud fan than he is. Jacob is.
Yeah.
And I also found out that Jacob actually somehow gets Deshaun's money.
Yeah.
Like,
they share it.
Yeah.
He got a big payday. That's why he's so happy.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Deshaun just
Apparently.
got, signing bonus. So the two of them now are living happily ever after.
Yeah. This doesn't look awesome. And
I
don't want to move to Aurora.
Did you hear Houston Restaurant Weeks? You know, it's supposed to end September 2nd. It's going on all September as well. It's Houston Restaurant Months now.
More than 1 month?
Yes, it's September now as well.
All
Houston
September?
Restaurant Weeks was 1 week. Now it was a whole month. Now it's 2 months.
Huh.
When are we going to? And you know what? I went yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Where'd you go?
Was it yesterday or the day before? Federal American Grill, and had great lunch. Great lunch. I mean, and it was Houston Restaurant Week lunch. It was excellent.
I may go to Handy's.
You going to?
I may get.
What are you getting there at Handy's?
Handy roll. They have rolls, hand rolls, at Handy's.
You're gonna get. Handy's.
Handy's hand rolls.
Yeah,
they're good.
That sounds good.
Although I just get the 4 set, so I don't need to. I always, with Houston Restaurant Week, I want to go to these places, and then you know what's a great spot? That's Houston Restaurant Week. You ever been to Backstreet, one of Hugo Ortega's spots?
No.
Oh, Backstreet's awesome, and they've got great. Well, when the weather's nice to sit outside, it's really really cool. But they've got.
It's beautiful out now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it beautiful out now?
Yeah, we played golf yesterday. It was great. It was
I
perfect.
don't know if it's beautiful. Did it rain
at
at all yesterday?
Beautiful's a word. No, it didn't rain. It was great.
Okay.
It was great.
Well, I like when it's cooler. When it's a little cooler,
okay.
it's
Well,
nice to sit outside
That's what
at
you
Backstreet.
think is beautiful
Nice
weather.
to sit outside at Backstreet. And they've got a really good Houston Restaurant Week menu for lunch too. You want to check that one out.
Yeah. Do you think I did not get a Shohei bobblehead? So there's that. Art seems to think I'm. Sad that tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow we're at East River 9. Don't forget, we're at East River 9 tomorrow. So, Annabelle, it's her last day on the board.
Abigail.
Oh, Abigail. Yeah. Who's out there with us? Austin is going to be. Austin's going to be out there with us, and we're not going to be able to see Annabelle, Abigail. We're not going to be able to see her. So that's a shame. So this is the last day we'll be able to see her. You guys can still see her.
Though.
She'll still be on the.
She's done a great job.
Yeah, she's done a great job. So there's that. Some of the stuff that we may have missed here earlier in the show, I made a reference to Dark Meat Money.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Concept Mayhem, Tony, thinks Dark Meat Money sounds like the name of a record label from the 90s with an office in Fondren. Hey, yo, check out my new single on Dark Meat Money Records.
That was an unfortunate segment. I remember that segment.
Yeah.
You thought Spencer Arrighetti should have been the interview instead of Yordan Alvarez, who had 3 home runs?
Yeah, I think taking a no-hitter into the 8th inning is
you
special.
tried to kick Justin Verlander out of the playoff rotation.
Well, if it's a meritocracy, Arrighetti deserves to be there.
And it's not.
It's not. But we'll see.
There's not a world.
We'll see how this ends up.
Well, we will. I mean, but I also think that the way the bullpen is used in the postseason, I think Spencer Arrighetti in the bullpen could end up being a killer, or even Kikuchi in the bullpen. I think having that. Who else are you excited about in the bullpen? Taylor Scott's starting to trail off just a little bit.
Yeah.
King, is he even going to make it? You have Taylor Scott. Dubin? No.
No.
Are you excited about
King? No.
Who's in that role that you like?
Well,
There's only
I'll tell you
Taylor
who's
Scott.
in the role. Blanco and Eric Getty go to the bullpen. You've got Taylor Scott, who's going to continue to pitch because he has done well. You've got Brian Abreu.
Yeah,
you've got Presley.
I'm just telling you, if you've got this Eric Getty in there knocking down 2 innings, and he does that twice in 5 games, how valuable is that?
No, absolutely. Well, somebody said you use him as handcuffs for Verlander. Verlander, if he's not Hall of Fame Verlander, if he's given up 4 runs in 5 innings Verlander, then you've got Spencer Arrighetti to eat up those innings. So whenever Verlander pitches, you got Arrighetti ready to go right behind him. That's not a bad idea. That's not horrible. Because Justin, let's face it, I mean, dude is just back. Now, by the time the playoffs get here, hopefully he'll have 5 more starts or so. He'll have in that neighborhood about 5 starts. So that'll be 7 starts on the season, and we'll see if he can't get back to being, the Justin Verlander we're used to. But I'm going to tell you this. The Spencer Arrighetti of this month has been one of the best pitchers in baseball. So I don't know why we think you just eliminate that right away from consideration. You don't eliminate it from consideration. And listen, we got a whole nother month. Kikuchi may slow down. He may get back to looking in the mirror and going, oh, wait a minute. I'm Kikuchi. I'm not supposed to be Sandy Koufax. You never know if Hunter Brown or Fromber slow down because they've been great. Those
it's
3,
just the timing.
Fromber, Arrighetti, and Hunter Brown have been fantastic.
They're pitching like all-stars.
All-stars. They're fantastic. So hopefully it keeps up. We'll see if it does. It won't be easy to keep up at this pace because they're just fantastic. They're just unbelievable. All right, Abigail, we gave away the Cougs tickets.
Yeah, we did.
Everybody loves those. Everybody's been calling on those. They want them. How about pay $15, go to the game?
I know they want them for free.
They want them for free. That's how people are, though. Lazy J is here. He wants to talk a little NFL. What do you say, Lazy J?
And fellas, hey, I want to appreciate on me winning something finally from ESPN. Got the U of H ticket, so I appreciate that.
Nice.
Us black folks, we don't turn down anything free. So, I wanted to get in. I tried to call in earlier, Lance. I was trying to take up for you, as a biracial community, bro. I don't think you're racist. If anybody, I think it'd be Johnny G.
Yes.
He says
Absolutely.
I'm not black, so if anybody, I would think it'd be Johnny G.
You are the whitest person. I don't know how you can claim. You're lighter than I am. How in the hell are you claiming this? Okay.
Hey,
and by the way, you got free stuff from the.
If I'm trying to get on the Raheel Muslim basketball team.
Listen, you've gotten free stuff here before. You came up here and drank an 8 on us before.
Hang on, does Raheel have a Muslim-only basketball team?
Does he? Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Did we have to speak on this?
They call them darkies.
No, they don't. No, they don't. That's
in the words of Johnny G.
No.
Love the show, fellas.
You're the one that said it, not me. Don't say in the words of Johnny G.
I love doing that personally, where I just go, and I quote, you can say anything. Do this with one of your friends. Just say, you're the one who said, and I quote, this is what you said, and I quote, and then watch your friend go, what? Everyone hates when you say, and I quote, and then you just say something totally made up.
Right, that you made up. Right.
Yeah.
And that's what he
it's
just did.
It's effective, though.
That's what he just did. I'm referring to myself as dark meat, okay? Because that's what I am.
Okay.
That's all. I didn't refer to anybody else as that. No one.
Is there anything that we needed to get to today?
Did we miss anything?
And we had some college football talk with John Chill.
Y'all talked about the Astros. Y'all talked about the Texans.
Yeah.
College football. I don't know.
I think we did pretty good today.
I think I covered a lot.
We played some sound early on about we went through the practice squad. We probably could have done that again, but it's just P squad.
Yeah.
That's no big deal. I mean, just
the plight of the black quarterback, we got that.
We did, right. And you brought up the plight of the white quarterback.
That's a bigger plight right now.
Yeah.
If you want to know the truth.
We heard about the plight of the white and black quarterbacks who right now they are struggling to make money in the NFL. Boy, if there's anything that has a hard time making money, it's a white or black quarterback. Because right now it's hard to make less than $30 million a year. Their plight is tough. Jacoby Brissett has been named starter over Drake May. That was
he was injured though, and Drake May played pretty well. So, Drake May needs to sit and watch for a while. But
no, 100%.
There was a question whether or not Jacoby would be healthy enough to play.
No, yeah, but don't
Listen,
play
that's going to be a bad football team, right? They're not going to be any good.
Caitlin Clark set the NBA rookie record for three-point. We didn't talk about that. Most three-pointers in the season.
Yeah. She also, there was also a moment in the press conference where, and they won again. The Fever is playing good basketball right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to make the playoffs. So,
are they?
Yeah, they are. They've worked into. They're like last I saw, they were like
are these
98%.
TV ratings still going crazy?
Is the what?
Are the TV ratings still going crazy in the regular season, or has
I don't know that she's
has
been
it slowed
on
down
as much lately?
Well, she was on TV, I think 32 or 36 games. Although some of them were harder to find. You know?
Right. But she's still filling up arenas. Yeah, she's still doing it. Yeah.
I was just curious about TV ratings.
And then
you got college football jumping off today.
Yeah, tonight.
I mean,
Colorado.
yeah, you played last week, but yeah,
you need a couple of TVs tonight. You got Colorado and North Dakota State.
What about Astros?
You got Astros in Kansas City.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, you need TVs. You need multiple TVs tonight.
You know what we haven't talked about that I'm going to talk to Five Star about is everyone's just thinks that Georgia is going to – they're 13 and a half point favorite against Clemson. I don't know. I just don't know. I saw what Kirby has done to Oregon in the past. Like, usually if you step to Kirby Smart, you're going to get smacked early in the season, especially
and they had a chip on their shoulder not making the playoff last year.
They do, but Clemson, I think, is a little better than they've been in years past. I'm just waiting. Does Georgia have a fall-off season at all after losing all these pro players year after year after year? It happened to LSU eventually.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
I mean, but that was also because the quarterback wasn't as good then, and they got Carson back, who I think will be the first pick of the draft.
Yep. All right, breaking it. News of the Week coming your way next right here on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Time to talk about GiveMeTheVin.com. That's GiveMeTheVin.com. It is the place to go and sell your car, okay, or your truck, whatever it is. John Clay Wolf's going to give you more. He just does. It's what he does. The business model is this. Let me pay more and get an unbelievable quantity of vehicles, bring them to market, and if I make less on them, that's okay because I've got so many to sell at auction. I mean, we're talking about dude does $1 billion in sales and $1 billion he buys. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how much John Clay Wolf, how busy he is. He's throughout the entire nation now. He has got radio shows throughout. You will hear him here on Saturday mornings. He's the longest running show here on ESPN 97.5. And it's just cool. I mean, it's just the place to go that you have to do. I was looking into selling my truck, and one of the places I had to go, and I went to, was GiveMeTheVin.com. I don't know if I'm going to sell it, but I do know that I had to go to GiveMeTheVin.com. If you're selling a vehicle, I don't care what you have to go to GiveMeTheVin.com to establish how much that is worth. You take that to CarMax, and if they can beat the offer and John Clay Wolf can't match that, he'll send you $100. It all happens every day at GiveMeTheVin.com. That's GiveMeTheVin.com. All right, news of the weird. I mean, you can't even travel anymore if you're an OnlyFans model.
What's
a UK mom traveling with her 11-year-old son was petrified. She's an OnlyFans model. She goes to a hotel. Apparently, a staff member recognized or knew she was on OnlyFans and looked up her booking information and then broke into her room, stole her panties, and was sniffing them.
I actually read this article as well, so it is true.
It is, yeah. So do you feel like, I don't even know if I want to ask you all a question about this one.
You don't have to answer it. No, it's just a story.
Sniffing panties question.
Yeah, no. You have to ask questions all the
Well, you
time.
always do.
That's just
okay.
That's news of the weird. Wow, that is crazy.
That is amazing.
I never knew people like that were in this world.
Well, but there has to be a moral to the story.
No.
Do you know the moral of the story? Or are you going to make up one?
I mean,
don't do that or go to jail?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Strangers' panties, sniffing them? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's healthy.
There's OnlyFans is a thing because guys are that way.
Weird. Weird, yeah. That's the only reason. Parents are so stressed that it's a serious public health concern.
I read this article. They're like, the article went on to say there's the Surgeon General is saying we got to start doing more for time off, for mental health, for parents and all this stuff. And I agree.
Yeah.
We need more time off.
Are parents getting their rights? Should parents unionize?
Well, what we
to
should
get
have,
more time
think
off.
about this. What we should have is parents, and it depends on how, it's like a child tax credit, depending on how many kids you have and what age they are. And also if you can find out if you got badass kids, like if you, like you should be able to have 10 days away from your kids every year, for example.
Yeah.
Where there should be a government agency that will
be in the
babysit.
contract.
And then we get to just do
whatever.
Or just stay at home and then they have to go away
Well,
somewhere.
how about this mom? She's being criticized. She says being a lazy parent raises more independent children. You know what? There's something to that.
I can see that.
That is actually true.
But it also causes trauma.
Yeah. I mean, okay, yeah. But it's a yin and a yang.
I don't know.
Can't have yin and yang. You can't have.
I feel like I was lazy enough that my kids are independent. I think I did a pretty good job as being a lazy parent.
Yeah, but you were working. Did you coach a little league team?
Yeah,
but you're disqualified.
No, I was lazy all
Did
the
you
other
have to bring
times.
Did you have to bring
I
a bag
laying
of bats?
on the couch, drinking and watching games.
Did you bring a bag of bats? Well, you don't have to be up and doing yard work the whole time. By the way, how'd you like your yard work you did this weekend?
Oh, my God. What a horrible weekend. Train and REO Speedwagon canceled, so my wife goes, well, we could do yard work. What? Oh, my God. So we can do yard work? New study says employees who smoke weed miss more work. Abigail, how much work are you missing to smoke weed?
I don't smoke weed.
You don't smoke
Do
weed?
you smoke
She's
weed?
here every day
No, I
in
don't
the morning.
smoke weed. I'm here every day.
I don't miss.
You ever see
You
me
shouldn't
take
miss.
off? No. Lance, you
was
just
off
took
for a
off
day.
the other
We
day.
don't know
I
if
had
he
a
was smoking weed.
surgery.
Okay.
I came
Are you
back
sure
the
you
next
weren't smoking
day.
weed?
Yes, I'm positive I wasn't doing that. A positive.
So, parents are sharing why they're serving dinner as early as 3:45 p.m. They say it's life-changing.
Wait. What?
Dinner at 3:45, like they're like 80 years old.
Their
Instead,
parents are doing that with
parents
kids?
are serving their kids at 3:45.
The kids are just eating. Do you know we catch Mason all the time? Like, he'll bake a whole loaf of bread and just eat a whole thing of bread and butter.
Yeah.
Sebastian, teenagers who are growing and starving
just
all the
can't
time,
eat
no
enough.
matter what time they eat, they are
And
going
they're
to eat
still so
again.
skinny.
I know, and they're I know, I hate that.
I hate them.
They're going to eat again later.
I hate kids. They're terrible people. Donating a kidney. A new study says donating a kidney is now safer than ever. Do you guys want to donate a kidney?
I mean, if I need to.
Do you want to donate a kidney?
If
Abigail,
I need
it's
to,
safer
I will
than
if
ever.
I need to.
It depends on the person.
Well, I mean,
If it's a family
what if it
member,
was,
yeah.
Okay.
What if it's a random person?
Okay, not only random, what if it was a criminal of some sort?
No.
Hey, criminals deserve to live too, Abigail.
Well, you give him yours then.
No, Abigail. I'm asking Abigail.
No.
You'll notice he wants everyone else to do the dirty work.
Okay. I'm just saying, Abigail, be a good person, even if it's a criminal. Criminals are people too.
John, you have two. Come on, just hand them over.
Yeah.
An Austrian surgeon.
You say kidney, not liver, right?
Kidney.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
don't
I
want
said
mine.
liver.
They don't want your
They
liver.
don't want my kidneys. They don't want my liver. They don't want any of mine.
None of it.
They want yours, Abigail. An Australian surgeon let his teenage daughter drill a hole in a patient's skull. Do you feel like that's good parenting? Letting your kid help you at work. Well, if it was bring your kid to work day.
Yeah, if he's his intern also, yeah, that could be okay. Obviously, it made a story, so obviously there was an issue with it.
Well, yeah, I'd have an issue. If I'm getting brain surgery, I don't want your kid doing it.
You don't want them hovering
but
over?
how hard is drilling the hole? Yeah.
No, I don't want that.
Well, I don't think the guy did the whole surgery. I don't think the kid did the surgery.
Well, drilled a hole in the skull. I think that's an important part of it.
I mean, it's probably just the thing where he pushes a button.
Well, no.
I don't think he's in there like this.
Yeah.
They probably roll something in and the skull's stable.
They're like,
I think
yes,
that's much
baby.
ado about nothing.
Here's the hole. Go ahead.
Here's where to do it. Do it. Go ahead. What? I wouldn't let my son drill a hole in a wall.
No, I
let
wouldn't
alone.
No, I wouldn't either. But his kids are probably better than mine. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that brain surgeon's kids are probably, on the right side of history.
Uh-oh. Kraft is recalling American cheese slices due to possible choking hazard. Have you ever choked on now,
No.
they're not even cheese. They're Kraft slices, right?
Well, yeah.
They can't call them cheese anymore.
I feel like you can choke on a lot of things. So
I know.
Why are they...
You can choke on anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever seen this? These videos of crying babies hit by cheese? Have you ever seen this?
Cheese in the head, yeah.
They get hit in the face with cheese.
Yeah.
Like the parent just throws.
Cheese.
Have you seen them, Abigail?
They
where they
just
throw a
throw
thing of
cheese on
cheese
your head.
and it smacks the kid in the face and they immediately stop crying.
Yeah. What
I've
about
seen so many TikToks of those.
what about when they crack an egg on the kid's head?
Oh, I haven't seen
That's
that
a TikTok thing too, where they crack an egg on a kid's head and the
Look at
kid's
this.
like,
Wah, wah,
Have you seen the tortilla
smack
challenge?
Cheese in the head.
The tortilla challenge?
you what?
Have you ever seen the tortilla challenge?
No,
Where they're
what's
like
that?
slapping people with tortillas
Oh no.
with a mouthful
I've
of water.
seen it.
In Lubbock?
And they have water in their mouth.
Yes.
And you can't spit the water out.
You
You
wait a
get
minute.
slapped in the face
You get
with a
slapped in the
tortilla.
face with a tortilla, but
Yeah.
you can't spit the water
But you
out?
can't spit the water out. You have to hold all the water in.
Ramsey County is billing people who call the crisis hotline for help. Do you feel like you're going to deter people from calling a crisis hotline if you're going to charge them?
I don't think they should be charged if they found that everything's fine. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to call. Wait, I can't afford to call a crisis hotline because they're charging you.
Cost is going up for
It's
crisis.
a crisis hotline.
The cost is going
They
up for
charge
crisis.
you for picking you up in an ambulance, right? So why wouldn't they charge you for a crisis hotline, I
For a
guess?
phone call?
For a phone call.
You don't even your long distance calls don't even cost you money anymore.
I know, right?
So no, you shouldn't have to do that.
You shouldn't have to pay for someone
No,
to
but if you're
help
jerking
you out of
around,
your crisis.
But if you're jerking around,
That's not
you know
good
why?
friendship.
You know why they're charging? Because people like, they didn't give me my wing sauce. I'm here in my toilet. I accidentally cleared my toilet.
Yeah. There is a woman who got arrested for making 400 phone
Yeah.
calls.
She's probably the reason.
Yeah, she's a nut job. All right, we're done. Hope you enjoyed it. We're at East River 9 tomorrow. Want y'all to come on by and hang out with us, eat, drink, be merry, play some golf. It's awesome out there. So come on out and hang with us at East River 9 tomorrow. We won't see you tomorrow now, Abigail. Thank you for a wonderful week.
No problem.
Okay.
I'll be here.
You'll be here, but we won't be.
Yeah.
We won't be. So Austin's going to be out there with us, and you'll be here in studio for you pervs. She'll still be here and be on the camera, okay? So there is that. We're done. Hope you had a great day. We'll talk to you again tomorrow, buddy.